This is the 31st Lap Podcast, recorded live in the studios of FingerLakes1.com in downtown Seneca Falls, New York. And now, your hosts, Rich Post, John Bonus, Mike Mallet, and Chris Marquardt.
Good evening and welcome to the 51st edition of the 31st Lap. I'm Chris Marquardt. Joining me in studio tonight, the one, the only, the lovely, the beautiful Mike Mallet. It's just us. It's back to the roots.
Wow.
It's me and you, man.
When's the last time we did this? Like the third show maybe or something way back in the day?
Yeah, I think it was the third show, and this is also the first show that we have had since number one.
With no interviews.
Yeah. It was apparently the interviews got rained out as well. So
yeah, it's been one of those kind of weeks. I think we're fortunate, even those of you that are watching online, that the live stream's even working, right?
Yeah, we're hoping everything's working online. Livestream, which is what we use to get from the studio right here in downtown Seneca Falls out to you folks at home. We got 13 viewers. It looks like everybody is able to work. As of yesterday morning, Livestream, which is based in New York City, was down. You couldn't even get on the .com website. You go to livestream.com, nothing happened. And then their live feed server after that was also apparently underwater, blown into Kingdom Come, wherever it ended up. But Superstorm Sandy did a number on it. They did get the Lake to Lake girls out last night. They couldn't get Dog and Polly out Wednesday morning. If we lose live stream, I'm probably not going to work too hard at resurrecting it. We're going to go ahead and record everything live, and we'll just post it up after the show, and everything should work just fine there. So, all said and done, we're on live stream now. We're coming to you from the lovely, lavish FingerLakes1.com studios in downtown Seneca Falls. This is episode number 51. Rich is off picking people up at the airport in Buffalo.
And Bomus
John
is working.
Is at work. Congratulations,
wow,
John.
Congrats to John. He's got a job here for the holiday season.
And hopefully that turns into something more permanent. Not that I don't want him on the show. Don't take that wrong, John.
You know what I heard on the way out here that really creeped me out?
What?
Christmas music.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, okay, a little early. Little early. Did we just give out candy yesterday?
Have you been through Walmart at all? The box stores?
I've been trying to stay out of those places.
Wait till you take a lap through there.
I don't even want to look.
That'll make you.
I'm sure. You know what? I was thinking the other day. I'm like, I should put my Christmas lights up now while it's warm out.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking, as compared to what it's going to be later on.
It's a good thing you waited until this weekend to think about it.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what sucks is I was going to go to Black Rock Saturday, but niche that, cross that one off the agenda.
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of updates in the wake of the storm.
Yeah, in the wake of nothing now this weekend, pretty much. So
Hagerstown's not racing now.
Hagerstown is going to be off now. Just came out today that they're canceling their show on November 11th due to
which
storm.
I thought was absurd.
Well, I mean, there's a few reasons I'm sure why they're canceling. We went last weekend for Saturday, which I will say this. If we're jumping right into it, why not? The racing wasn't bad for the late models. They weren't terrible. Dan Stone came from last, almost won his heat race till he got together with a second place guy. He ended up coming back up through and winning his consolation event, which was from last, which was entertaining. Matt Shepard started on the pole of his heat race. Him and Jim Bobbitt got together at the start. He went to the rear, came all the way back up through, won his heat race, so that was entertaining. There was some entertaining racing here and there, but the track rubbered up, and it was, it wasn't bad. It was still, if you had a good car, you could pass. I think the big disappointment with this event, I don't care if you call it Oktoberfest, Brawl in the Fall is what they're calling it now.
Captain Creativity strikes.
Whatever. There's no cars anymore. I don't know if it's run its course, it's done. I don't know what the deal is, but there was just no cars there last weekend.
Let me offer something.
What's your theory on this?
Well, I was as we talk pre-show, I think it's because of global warming, but
yeah. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. No, just the racing season now. My wife and I were talking about this too. The racing season now, for whatever reason, as my headset completely just tanked out. The racing season, for whatever reason, now starts the second week of February and goes straight through until mid-November.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but the people maintaining the cars probably aren't.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
I mean, it's a lot of work.
It is getting more prevalent to have shows in November now. I mean, it used to be your end of the season looked like this. You went to Middletown for Eastern States, then you went to Hagerstown for Oktoberfest, then the first weekend in November you went to Delaware, and that was it.
Right.
game over. Racing's done.
Well, I mean,
pack it up.
A lot of local tracks around here. It used to be Labor Day was the end of it.
Oh,
if you didn't go to Super Dirt Week, and if you went to Super Dirt Week, then odds are you were going to go to.
Brewerton is done. Well,
Fonda raced the week after that, and then there was Eastern States.
Then it was Eastern States, right? That's the old schedule. Yeah. And that was, and I believe the National Quarter Mile Championship used to be that weekend, Fonda's weekend, or close to that weekend, because I can remember getting snowed out at Fonda and going to 5 Mile Point. I don't remember if it was a Quarter Mile Championship or not, but now the Quarter Mile Championship butts up against Hagerstown. I don't know if that affects it that much, all things considered, probably not, but the car counts were just, they had 358 sprint cars for the first time, paying $3,000 to win, had 17 cars.
Right.
They had the big blocks modifieds. They combined the big blocks and small blocks this year, and for those that said the small blocks wouldn't be able to compete, well, the small block won the heat race. Hearn won it going away. They had 19 of those.
Was that his Eastern States car?
I don't know, but it might as well have been because everything he gets in, he wins in now.
Right.
For the 410 sprints, they had 29, which actually that car counts. That car counts actually going up. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
and the late models had like 36, but it was weird because
which is good too.
Well, three or four of the guys that have pre-registered that were in their top 5 in points didn't show up. Now I got to assume, based on the fact that the weather was coming there, that the hurricane was coming. They said over the PA that Rick Eckert called and apologized for not showing up, but he had his shop. There was a worry that his shop was going to get flooded, so he had to move a bunch of stuff out of his shop because of it. So I'll assume that the weather played a role in that. And considering Sunday, we knew going down there Sunday was probably going to be done. You can look at the radar, you can watch it, and you can be like, oh yeah, they're going to get in. But you know what? They're not going to.
They weren't going to get it.
They were going to have a bad day writing those checks. I can tell you that if they had tried to run on that Sunday, and it's nothing they could do. They can't control the weather, but everybody was batting down the hatches, waiting for that storm to hit. And unfortunately, the storm for those people down in that area was as bad as predicted. And of course, we do send our thoughts out to those people that are recovering and that have issues and have lost everything. I know I talked to Brett Dale today. He was okay, but Billy Pouch, guy races in New Egypt, Bridgeport. We've all heard of him. He still doesn't have power where he's at. So there's a lot of people hurting down there, and we send our thoughts to all those race fans and all those people down there that were affected by the storm. I did talk to him about Bridgeport. As of right now, Bridgeport is a go for next Saturday.
Wow.
So that's small blocks on Friday night and the big block show on Saturday.
Are you going to that?
No, I have the Utica Rome Speedway banquet next Saturday.
That's
and Black Rock this weekend has been rescheduled for next weekend. So I just got that email actually.
9th now.
It's the 10th.
10th.
Yeah, next Saturday. So next Saturday, that stinks. I got the Utica Rome banquet. I want to see another race here, but I guess I'll have to wait till Turkey Derby to get that one in. My November race, and then I'll have a December race if Baltimore is still on, which I'll assume it is going to be. I tell you, it was disheartening though, to watch the news all this week, to look at those places down there and the folks and how they were affected. You look at Atlantic City and you're like, there's no way that's Atlantic City. There was beach sand like in downtown Atlantic City.
Yeah. There's part of the boardwalk floated down Main Street.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Yeah, it's very sad to see. And seeing pictures of like Ground Zero and the water flowing into it and the tunnels flooded in New York City, and just unbelievable. It really puts everything in perspective.
It's the thing is to rebuild all that stuff. It's going to create jobs.
Yeah, if you're going to get any positive out of it, but unfortunately,
it's going to get some people back to work.
Yeah,
even if it's temporary.
It sucks though.
Not the way you want to do it.
I can't imagine
Make no mistake.
going through all that. We were bracing for the storm here pretty good, but
yeah.
Yeah, but then it never got here, and everyone's like, what the, but I'd rather be safe than sorry in the grand scheme of things. You look at what those people are going through. You know what? I'll take a fizzle out any day of the week. If it means I still got my house and all the stuff that's in it. How about those 100 people 100 houses that got burned down in Queens? It's just, it's unbelievable. So, again, I guess we're fortunate, and hopefully everybody down there, racers and everybody's okay, and we get to see everybody at the track real soon, which for now, actually, I don't even know what will happen now with the Turkey Derby. That's at the shore. You got to wonder what effect this will have on that. Again, this is all speculation, so don't say the Turkey Derby's canceled. Don't go posting it on the internet. But speculating as to what will happen a few weeks from now. You don't know. You don't know.
I don't think anybody does.
No, they don't.
Yeah, there's still a lot of people that are not going to have power back until Monday, Tuesday, or points beyond that. That's only worrying about New York City unto itself, and
that's not
talking
talking
New Jersey.
Connecticut, Long Island, New Jersey, those places where
a lot of states affected other than just New York and New York City.
Yeah, I mean 8 to 10 days they were saying to get power back. How incredible is that? In this day and age, 8 to 10 days to get your power back on. How crazy is that?
Yeah, not only is it 8 to 10 days to get your power back, but on the plus side, flipping that over, it's going to be about 40 all weekend.
Yeah, I know it's not.
That's brutal.
At least we didn't get the 8 feet of snow or whatever they got there in West Virginia.
Oh yeah.
A couple of the people I follow on Twitter were on their way to the World Finals, which is going on right now while time trial, so really nothing's going on. And I hate time trials. Hate them with a passion. But I know why they do it. I understand it, but I hate them. But
why do they do it? Why do they do it?
So the fast cars can start up front. You can earn your starting spot, whatever.
I see.
You can like it, hate it, whatever you got to do. Right. As a sprint car fan, I guess I got to support them.
Because a lot of sprint car stuff is based on
that's
time
all
trial.
time. It's all time trial stuff. But at least in Knoxville, you time trial and you got to race your way in. So I'll get that reference in there.
They have to do that. You have to race your way into the Chili Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
There's John's midget reference.
Yeah, there you go.
Do they do
they use passing points.
No, they do time trials out there?
No, passing points. It's all passing points, I believe.
I meant to set the heats.
Yeah, passing points. Draw and then passing points.
Oh, really?
I believe, yeah.
Wow.
Pretty sure most midget stuff is like that. They don't do time trials much.
Yeah, that's too bad. They should.
Yeah, why not? Let's make another show boring.
Boringer?
Yeah, boringer. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
John's not here. We shouldn't pick
No, I know. We'll pick on him. But yeah, so that there we go. There's our Southern talk. I know Hagerstown, it was worth going. I'm glad I went back because I don't know how much longer that show is going to go on. It's tough. I don't know if it's too much racing, if it's just the end of the year, people were burned out now, or what happened last year remember we talked about on the show last year where Ernie Davis, owner of the 25 late model, stepped up and paid like 10 or 15 grand or whatever it was to pay the purse.
Yeah, he shelled out a bunch more money.
Yeah, because they didn't have it. Yeah, guess whose car wasn't there this year? Unfortunately. But I did get car counts from Charlotte, if anybody's not listening on Dirt Vision. 71 late models, 50 sprint cars, and 40 modifieds.
That's a killer turnout.
Not a bad field of cars down there.
That's a great field.
That's a great field, yeah.
Man.
No doubt about that. So
over 70 late models?
Yeah, a lot of cars at Charlotte. A lot of cars.
We gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
I've wanted to go to that event. Now, if we're going to go down on Saturday and do a live broadcast, which I don't think we can because Speed's got those rights, but hey, it would be cool anyways.
Why couldn't we?
I don't know.
Why couldn't we? Because, and I'll tell you why I think that it would be okay. First, again, time and time again, we have said that we're going to tracks, but we don't show race cars at Speed.
Right.
We don't.
So we're doing it post. If we did a post race on Saturday.
Yeah.
So this is where we need the $4,000 sponsor to fly our asses down there.
Yeah, I would definitely be on board with going if we had a sponsor.
Oh, yeah,
I'm on board with going if we don't have a sponsor.
Yeah, I know.
We can't go. I mean, it's just not in the cards. I don't think it is. Is it?
No.
I don't think it is.
Well, I know my friend lives 15 minutes away.
So we got someplace to stay.
We got a place to stay.
I don't have a problem driving.
I don't think he knows it yet, but yeah, we got a place to stay. How many times have you done that? Hey, by the way, you got anybody staying with you this weekend? Oh, why? I need a place to stay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're doing our show live from your living room.
Yeah, because and that doesn't infringe on anything.
No, we're good. We're live. We record the interviews at the track. We upload them. That's the key. We could
do it. We could pull it off. We're gonna talk ourselves into this by the end of the night.
No, we're not going. Okay. I'm not going. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm not going. You know what? I'm gonna enjoy this weekend now that Black Rock rained out or canceled because of cold weather, wet grounds, whatever you want to call it. Postponed. Postponed. Let's use the proper terminology here. Hagerstown postponed until March 17th. I'm doing nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really what it is. I haven't had a weekend to do nothing. I hold on, I'm thinking. I don't remember. I've been at a racetrack every weekend since when? April? March? I don't even know. I did book my flights though for Florida so I can go back there in February. What's the live chat going? Anything exciting?
I don't think we have live chat. I think there's some issues with it. We got about 15 people watching with us live, so I also presume that we're having some problems getting out, but so far nothing's dropped.
Okay. Thanks to those.
We're doing okay. I'm glad
thanks to those
people that are there.
Bearing with us online. Whoa. I got to move my leg without kicking my camera. There we go. Yeah. Thanks to those people again hanging in there with us tonight. It's just one of those nights. We weren't sure what was going to happen, what we were going to be able to do, and here we are. We're still here.
We are here, which is, it almost reminds me of that first night that we were out there.
You want to sit at a table like the size of this chair so we can
I know, right?
And turn all the cameras off and make the room like pitch black? Because I'm pretty sure we had a street lamp or one of those little
we had a
little lamp in the corner, and that
it was a banker's lamp.
Yeah,
it was a lava lamp.
Yeah, in the corner, and that was it. And we sat at a table talking.
Yeah, talking and look at each other, being, "What have we done?"
We didn't have any. I don't think we had any downtime really though. For the most part, I think we only had dead air for like 2 seconds once. Where we both looked at us like,
So we just talked about everything that we were going to talk about in the first 30 seconds. Now
I'm done. Now what do we do now?
Yeah,
I don't even know.
You just shot it. Now what do we do? But
yeah. So what else have we?
We had some interesting conversation last week about the small block situation over at New Egypt Speedway.
Yeah, I did some research this week on that.
That's where I wanted to go with that. So why don't if you want, why don't you just tackle that right off the top?
Okay, I did some research. I talked to a former winner at the Syracuse Mile. I talked to a former Mr. Dirt champion, and just got some consensus on this. And I just want to prove that from what I said last week, that they said I was right. So it makes me feel pretty good, considering I don't know crap about it. But just talking to them, for the most part, one of the gentlemen I talked to said his big blocks, he can go about 12 to 14 to 1,600 laps, somewhere in there for the refresh. They push it if they go to 1,000 on the small block to get it refreshed. So they can go a lot more laps on the big block without getting refreshed. And he said you can get a good big block. You know, whatever people are saying, this $45,000, $50,000, he goes, they're spending $32,000 and getting good motors. So I got to believe him. You know, again, I'm not going to say who said what, but just saying what I was told from the different guys I talked to. I got on the horn, did some research in the pits, and talked to guys that I know what they're talking about. So that's what we were told, or that's what I was told. You know, Bombas was there with me, you know, for a couple of these conversations. So that's what I'm going to stay with that. I'm going to go that the big block is still the cheaper way to go, just because you don't need the rebuilds. You don't crank it as hard. You know, the RPMs you put on them aren't nearly what you do on the small blocks. You don't do the damage to them that you do to the small block.
These are all the points that we made last week.
Yeah,
you know,
I am just
that's the thing that
reiterating them, because I actually went and did the homework, because I was upset that not that I didn't know what I was talking about, because I'd done it before, but I wanted to go to very, very reliable sources to get my information.
Right, and the people that you talked to were dynamite.
Right,
in terms of, you know, offering their thoughts.
Yeah,
and sort of
exactly. And that's why I went through the pits and went through, you know, the people I know and
run that pricing by me again. I was actually chatting with Craig Ravel. He was asking if we wanted a couple guests that he had he was going to be able to shuttle to us, but I politely declined just because.
Yeah, we're doing one of those shows tonight. We're doing a freeform. Hey, it's a freeform Thursday. That's here on the 31st lap.
Well, not even that. I'm nervous about. Okay, so now let's say Craig gives us somebody and everything right now. Realistically, the fact that we got 21 viewers online, we've got a little bit of a chat room working right now, and we're on the air. Is a minor miracle.
You know what
we have no business right now being on. We shouldn't be streaming. This thing is so unstable enough as it is. We don't want to.
It's still cracking in my headset. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I can't answer that. I'm sorry.
But
no, I had to turn mine down a ton just to get it to kind of work.
Yeah, but you know what? Since, like I said, call it Freeform Thursday. Have the folks on there if they got any questions or anything they want us to talk about. Pop it in there. We'll argue about it. But no, I made sure again. I did the homework. I want to go check things out. And this is all things that we said last week. You know, like you were saying, we went through it. We got it. We did it, and I don't know what else to say on it. I mean, if we can get an engine builder on here to come on and tell me difference, but I don't know. But again, the laps that I got for the big block, 12 to 1,400, anywhere from 800 to 1,000 on a small block. You know, because of the RPMs and how much you're cranking it as compared to the big block and the things you have to do to it. You know, I talked to one guy who was talking about the Roush Yates motors that you can buy now, the small blocks. If you want them to go for what we do, he goes, you got to turn it 9,000 RPMs. He goes, you basically have to put your hand over the tachometer so you don't see what you're cranking. Because you don't want to do that normally with the motors that our guys run. And you almost have to get them tuned down a little bit just because it's too much to turn that many RPMs.
Man.
But, that was some of the things. I did catch up with Frank Cozy Saturday at Hagerstown. Let me tell you, he was in rare form. Very entertaining. But he was telling me, asked me how he sounded on the show, and what did you think?
I thought he did great.
Me too. I said the same thing. I go, we got to have you on again, Frank.
Yeah,
you were entertaining.
What we want to do is we want to get down there so that we can be in person and have him on the show that way.
That would be awesome.
Because he is
hysterical.
I don't know how many people out there have actually had the chance to sit down and talk with Frank Cozy. I've interviewed him a couple times, and I've had the chance to kind of just chat with him and be around him. One of the times that I remember was in an interaction between him and Rick Lawback. I think it was at Lenny's show.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, my God, he's a freaking riot.
Yeah,
he's
wicked
hilarious.
Funny. Yeah, he's real funny.
He's a ball to hang around.
He's extremely entertaining. So
we got anything from Charlotte?
It was good. I have not gotten anything from Charlotte because I'm not getting any of the live updates. I don't get internet here, so kind of stinks. Wait. I got one. Pittman set fast time. And I believe that is in a Casey Kane racing car.
Yeah.
But I'm not positive because he drove the 49 car that Brad Sweet normally pilots. He was in that car at Hagerstown. So I'll assume that deal's ready to go. I've heard some rumors on the Lelands.com 27. I've heard a whole bunch of different names. I've heard Ryan Smith possibly. I've heard Shane Stewart. I mean, but then again, it's all rumors. It's all wintertime. It's all the.
Would Shane Stewart want to go that route?
I don't know. He doesn't have a permanent ride right now. He runs a lot of the 360 stuff, so I don't know.
And he does very well with it.
Yeah, he does extremely well with the 360 stuff. So
Tim McCready got a heat win over Tim Fuller.
Where? At Hagerstown?
No.
Charlotte?
Charlotte.
They're not running heats tonight, are they?
I don't know.
I thought they were just running. I thought they were just running time trials.
I don't know.
I thought heat races and everything.
I'm going with what I got here.
I thought heat races.
This is Craig Revelle. Craig Revelle also he threw a topic our way.
Okay, what was his topic?
And this is right in your wheelhouse. You're gonna jump all over this.
Oh boy, what do we got?
You ready?
Yeah.
So, crate powered sprint cars.
No.
Okay, there you go, Craig.
Craig, what? Seriously, man, get off the crate car kick, dude. I know you're from Canada, and that's like what every division runs up there. But no, we don't want crate motors and sprint cars. I still love you, Craig, but no. That's basically no. That's almost what a 305 is. It's not a crate, but it's as cheap as you can get for a sprint car. I don't want to see a crate in a sprint car. I just no.
They all sound like how did you describe it last? They all sound like pickup trucks?
Yeah, they sound like pickup trucks, man. That's what crates sound like. They don't sound like race cars. I like the sound of a race car. That's part of the fun and going. That's why I like 410s. It's deafening. It's awesome. Considering I'm deaf in 1 year already, it makes things even better.
Which year?
Left one.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
That's how you know you did it right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I got smacked in the ear with a fastball.
Oh, I was chalking it up to all the races you go to.
Nah, nothing to do with that. I was deaf before that. I don't stand in the infield. Come on.
So we got 40 modifieds in Charlotte, 71 late models, 50 sprinters, and
Darren Pittman fast time in the late models. That's all I got.
So Riff Raff, there's your update. We got some stuff for you there.
I think we did this last year too, live updates. But again,
we tried to. I mean, again, it's
hard here because I don't have any phone service in here. This place is like cell phone hell. Come in here and my battery drains and I have no service. And if Dean was actually listening right now, I'd be like, well, if you get AT&T. But, yeah, no, not going to happen. So, we done with it. Okay, so there goes the crate motor. Anything else? No.
Just to clarify, of course they're running heats tonight because they got features only in the B mains.
I thought it was heat races and features tomorrow and heat races and feature on Saturday.
No, they got heats. Well, that may be the case for that division, but modifieds, heats for Friday and Saturday are tonight. Friday and Saturday are B mains. It's a little strange.
For the modifieds?
For the modifieds, anyway.
What about the sprint cars and the late models?
I don't know, Craig. What about the sprint cars and late models?
So is that a modified heat race, Tim McCready over Tim Fuller?
Presumably.
Okay. All right. I thought you said late models, and I thought
No.
I got confused.
No, that was the 410s.
Yeah, okay. I know what it would not be. I can tell you that. That I know.
There was the IMCA undercard show.
Did you see the news out of Kutztown here in the last couple weeks or no? Have you been? You probably haven't been following along with that.
No, but the thing is I've been to Kutztown twice in the last 2 years.
Have you? To the racetrack?
Yeah.
For Demolition Derby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we've been down there 3 times in the last 2 years.
Richie Tobias took over Kutztown this offseason. Now,
right, you're talking about the one that's in the fairgrounds right in town by the college, right?
Yeah, the racetrack. Yeah, he took that over, and he's going to run speedsters there every week. That's the midget type cars that he's built. He's going to pay
the slingshot.
No, the slingshot's smaller.
The one after
the one after the slingshot. Yeah. Now, confirmed so far. This is what's speculation right now, but from my sources in Pennsylvania, these guys are going to run weekly because it's supposed to pay $2,000 to win a week.
What?
For speedsters. Okay, $2,000.
There's modified tracks that don't pay that well.
Yeah, well, here's the guys that are talking about running weekly there. Okay, Brian Monteith, sprint car guy. Chad Layton, sprint car guy. Kenny Brightbill, modified guy. Jeff Strunk, modified guy. Rick Eckert, late model guy. Craig Von Dorn, modified guy. So those are the names that are coming up.
You look at your investment to return ratio. I gotta believe that you're coming out.
I think though that they're running cars that Tobias owns. So they have zero investment and they get all the return.
Yeah, now it's all return.
Yeah. So I mean that's
talk about some ringers. That's crazy.
That's what I'm hearing.
We gotta go. Now we gotta go.
Now I gotta go to Kutztown.
Yeah, now we gotta go.
I've never been there, so this gives me a reason to go.
It's a neat track.
I'm not a speedster guy, but for that, I'll go.
For that, you'll get a ride.
Yeah. If those guys are all racing there weekly in the speedster division, I will go to watch that because I think it'd be pretty entertaining to watch.
I mean, because that's got to be like when we go to a go-kart track. You know what I mean? That's got to be because those guys are there to have fun.
They still have talent. We don't.
No, well played. But you know what I'm saying? They're out there just for fun. There's no other reason than just going out there and having
$2,000.
Well, that's what I mean. It's the all-star race for NASCAR. You know what I mean?
It's all money.
Kind of the same. It's just money. It's got nothing to do with any of that stuff. And well, if they do the track championship, they do keep track of the points. I still think that they're going to go at it a little bit different approach than they would otherwise. At least
they don't own the car, so I'm going faster.
Yeah, at least for the first couple weeks. Yeah. And then they're going to get into a debate over what the spec tire for the track's going to be. They're going to use block tread American racers.
Yeah, no. So they run everything it's boom. It's out of the shop the way it is. That's that, right? You can change the tires, but you still got to run a spec tire. Everything's spec on those things.
Well, everything's. I mean, it's
them and the slingshots, and then I think they're also running. Was it micros? 600 micros?
Yeah, it's mostly a micro sprint track. I don't know. They
don't
put anything with a V.
I've heard it's not terrible.
No, it's cool. Ty Garl, I think Ty Garl came out with some incredible pictures from down there, and Jay Fish was down there too, and both of them came up with some really nice shots from down there when during the fair week. We got Craig Ravel chiming in.
What's he got?
Go down wins Heat 3 over Tremont. Britain won Heat 2 over Hearn.
Nice. Thanks.
So thankfully,
Craig's listening too.
What do you think they named the hurricane in Canada? Or they just accept Sandy as well?
I don't know. Did it really even hit Canada? Well, it hit the Nova. What is it? Nova Scotia, Newfoundland. I don't know.
that strip up there.
Did it even get them? But
yeah, he got rain and wind, but it wasn't.
Yeah, we didn't get nearly as much as I thought we were going to get.
No,
I mean, we got some wind.
I was anticipating end of days and zombie apocalypse.
I was anticipating hardcore. Well, it looked like it turned inland more and went through Pennsylvania, the entire state.
Yeah, Pennsylvania got hammered, and the poor folks in West Virginia got 26 inches of snow.
That's wicked crazy.
Yeah.
And we didn't get an inch, which I expected snow. I was hoping, you know what? If I'm going to get anything, I want snow.
Yeah, because you get a day off. Were you affected at all with delays or anything?
No, come on.
Geneva in our area was one of 3 schools that went on a delay. That went on a 2-hour delay and stayed open. All the other schools closed.
Yeah, Auburn closed the night before.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A lot of them out here were doing that the night before.
If they had followed through with if the storm had come like it said it was going to come, there should have been a day. It was going to
float the schools away.
Right, exactly, and it never got here. All right, topic.
Danny Johnson is the baddest. That's what that says.
MF?
Is the baddest guy on dirt. Please discuss.
Baddest guy. What do you mean by baddest guy?
I think is the baddest.
The bad boy, as in he's the biggest prick, or like.
Unfortunately, we've got check this out. We've got 34 live viewers hanging out with us.
Sweet.
And we're not even supposed to be on
Freeform Thursday.
Yeah, and we're going head to head with Dirt Vision, and the only person that's able to get live chat to work is Riff Raff, and he wants us to talk about Danny Johnson.
Okay, so what are we debating? Is Danny Johnson the baddest driver? Baddest. What do we mean by baddest?
I think if I can if I can interject for Riff Raff on his behalf or on their behalf. I think they're saying that Danny Johnson is number one. He is the best.
You know, it's impressive that he won 5 Mile Point this past week and he won the Rock Championship again. I believe it's again. Or is it his first? I don't know. Don't quote me on that one. I suck at that. So I can't remember what happened 2 days ago, let alone a year ago in modified racing. But he won it with a flat tire. I know that. The right rear tire was going down as he came to the checkered flag. Jimmy Phelps got second. And, of course, ended up second in the point standings. I know if you go to rockdirt.com, check the point standings. Those are all up to date. I don't know. That's hard to say. I like
Is
Danny
he number
Johnson.
one? I'm not going to go out and
right
say
now. Now, he's won some races. Don't get me wrong. But right now, if I had to pick a driver right now who's number one, I think you almost pick Brett Hearn just because of the incredible season that he had.
Oh, God,
Because let's be honest. He won Syracuse.
Tompkins with a Heat 4 win over Billy Decker to wrap up the Friday night qualifying.
Not bad. Okay, so he won Syracuse. He swept Eastern States, won a seat at Hagerstown. He won the Lebanon Valley Track Championship. He won the Albany Saratoga Track Championship.
He won the won the Mr. Dirt Track USA.
Mr. Dirt Track USA. He's got over 800 wins. He got that, last year?
Yeah,
so he
probably
would be in the points had he not had his midsummer issue there, and he missed 2 races.
He is in the points,
Yeah,
though. That's the thing.
He's 200 points, not even 200 points. He's, let's see, 7,
he's
8.
Like,
he's
like
108 points back from Matt Shepard.
Which is
missing what he missed 2 races.
I think he missed 2
races due to the illness in the summertime.
Right.
He missed Merrittville and then the Michigan trip. I believe those were the 2 races that he missed. I'm going to go out on a limb and say right now he is the baddest guy in dirt modified racing. That's my argument. But I mean, I can understand the argument for Danny Johnson, but Danny Johnson I don't think had the year that Brett Hearn had to this point. I mean, no, he's 5th in the points, 1893. He's realistically out of it. Then again, last year I said Matt Shepard had no chance to win the title over Billy Decker, and who won the title? So, I don't know. What do you think? You backing me up on that, or are you going with the doctor, or are you going somewhere else?
In terms of having the best season, it's hard to bet against Brett Hearn with the way that he finished the season. However, leading up to that point, there was a couple different drivers that were probably in the running.
This is almost like our driver of the year vote, almost. Or
I mean,
I wouldn't go that far.
It is kind of turned into that, but I don't think that's where we want to go with it. Actually, speaking of awards and stuff, we talked a little bit with Adam Ross, and we want to talk a little bit about some of the awards as they are announced for Dirt Track Digest when we do the live show up at the which I forgot about calling. I got to call National Parts Peddler and get that arranged so that we can get that all taken care of. Until
we show up and who are you guys?
Yeah, that'll
all right, that'll be the
too.
show from Mike Mallett's garage.
Yeah, it could end up being that. I mean, if we got the stuff to do a show, we might better do a show. But there's a lot of people that had arguable seasons up to that point. When you look at the season that Jimmy Phelps put together, he is definitely in the equation of being one of the top drivers.
The only other guy I could argue with you would be Stuart Friesen. He's won.
Stewie had a great year.
Great years. Won rock races. Won some big money races. Won the Utica Speedway Track Championship again. Won the Fonda Speedway Track Championship in his first year there. So I mean, I could argue him. That's a tough one though. I mean, I mean, right now it's hard to argue against Brett Hearn. I mean, I don't care what name you throw at me. I'm gonna say Brett Hearn. Again, just because of the incredible season. And what's his comments back? Anything?
I'm not sure if we lost the live chat. Live chat's been real spotty so far.
Okay.
I mean, there's usually this place is
hopping.
Yeah, usually it's pretty busy, and we got one person in there, so I'm not really sure what's going on with live chat. Like I said, Livestream had all sorts of problems in the wake of the hurricane, and they got their stuff propped up, and we'll go from there. We'll make the best of it and use it to the extent that we can use it, and away we go. Like I said earlier, we realistically shouldn't even be doing a show right now, but we've been able to
on the live format, so to speak.
Been able to break out, and so far it's held together for us, and that's been working just fine. In terms of behind Brett Hearn, who would back up Brett Hearn in terms of having the most phenomenal year? Would you go the direction of Stu Friesen with that?
I would have to. I mean, he won at Albany Saratoga in Jake's car in a big block when you're not supposed to win there in a big block. Again, he dominated Fonda Speedway. Dominated. I mean, just unbelievable year there. Utica Rome, other than the sail panel shows, he had an exceptional season there as well. I don't know who else to put in there. Matt Shepard. I mean, Matt Shepard's had a pretty good year too. I mean,
Matt's had a great year. I mean, Matt's on pace. If everything holds together, he's going to win his 3rd straight Mr. Dirt title.
Right. I mean, that's hard to knock him there too. So, I don't know. I mean, Jeff Strunk you could throw in there. He won $50,000 at Grandview. I mean, that's
true.
I mean, but
all right, here we go. He's back on the game. He says Johnson is way more impressive than Hearn from the back. Rebuttal.
Hearn led the 358 race starting last until he ran out of gas with 2 laps to go. I mean, Danny Johnson can pass cars. I have no qualms about arguing that. That's not an argument. He can pass cars. But
he's not afraid to pass cars.
Right. Now, in what way, shape, or form he passes cars, that's open for discussion too. But, aggressive, not aggressive. I mean, if we're talking aggressiveness, Danny Johnson's by far a more aggressive driver than Brett Hearn.
Sure.
Just watching him over the years. Not taking anything away from him. That's why he wins races, because he's aggressive and he gets to the front.
But does the end result also does the end justify the means? When you look at Danny
if you're
Johnson,
Machiavelli, it does.
no, what I'm saying is if Danny Johnson is a more aggressive driver, Brett Hearn is around at the end of more races.
We could argue that point.
Is that a fair statement?
I don't know. Recently, is it? I don't know. I mean, Hearn hasn't had the mechanical problems that he used to have. I mean,
no,
he had some
definitely
tough years
that
there
up.
with mechanical issues or fuel or whatever. But, I mean, Danny Johnson is impressive from the back. He's fun to watch because, Eastern States, it was fun to watch after he flipped, watch him try to race his way back up through. That was definitely entertaining. There's no doubt about that.
Are we only basing this off of recent history, though?
No, that's the thing. I mean, if we're going over a career, how can you take anything away from Brett Hearn? Again, over 800 career wins. Yeah, he won them at Middletown. Yeah, but he won them at Middletown when Jimmy Horton, Frank Cozy, the best and the best were racing there week in and week out.
Danny Johnson's won races at Middletown. He used to race down there regularly.
Exactly. Yeah, but
he was down there at the same time as Brett at one point.
Right, exactly. They were there together. I mean, Middletown used to be the Saturday night place to race. It was so. I don't know. I still say, if I'm banking, if we're going career, I mean, if we're going career, I'm taking Brett Hearn hands down.
Right.
No doubt, not a question.
Danny Johnson's got a couple of Mr. Dirt titles, a couple small black. Orange County's a horse track.
Is that his comment back to me?
He said Danny's cars were bulletproof and then he just wrote horse track. So that was kind of funny.
Don't mess with the Orange County Fair Speedway because I love Eastern States. I will say it again. I love Eastern States.
I lost count last week.
How many times I said it?
I lost count at 27.
You know what? That could be my moniker when you
I know.
do the intro. I love Eastern States.
I want to redo the intros. I want to get some cuts from everybody saying they're like John's got his trademark. Listen. You always say, yeah, but I'm a race fan or I'm a sprint car guy.
Yeah, but I'm a sprint car guy. That one.
Yeah, that's your thing.
Yeah, how many times do you need me to say it on this show so you can get it well?
well, if we were
just say no. I'm a sprint car guy.
And I wasn't even stepping on you.
Yeah, I know.
But you are a sprint car guy.
Usually. You know what? I love modifieds. Don't get me wrong. Again, you know that, but I have an affection for the winged race cars. I just do. Don't know where it came from. I can remember, I've said it on the show a million times. I can remember being that guy that would sit and defend modified racing to the end and argue until Bob Miller, a good friend of mine, does the video out of Canandaigua. I'm like, sprint cars suck. They don't pass. There's no racing, yada, 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 yada. Every argument that everybody that's a modified fan gives me now. And then I tell them.
You know who else is a staunch defender of modifieds that I didn't know it until it was just a couple years ago?
Who's that?
Dean Reynolds. Dean Reynolds came up on modifieds, and he's a very staunch supporter of the modified division. Now, I know he works for ESS, and he's dyed in the wool 360 sprint cars, but he's a guy that is a big proponent of the modified division, and that was really cool because I didn't know that about him. I didn't know his background that way.
He did like the Area Auto traveling gig. He was there before Kovac. He didn't work for Area, but he did all that traveling, and he wrote for Area. He wasn't like the editor. He didn't write. He didn't work in New Jersey, but he did a lot of that traveling before Kovac. So he grew up a modified guy. You know what the thing is? I think once you get to the sprint car side of things and see the different pit area or just see how things are different, I think that gives you a different appreciation for it too. Like when I go to an ESS race, for me, it's like going to a big family gathering. It's not like a modified race where everybody hates each other.
You're absolutely right about that. That is definitely one of the things that I noticed about the sprint cars. I've been to plenty of sprint car races, and I was there when they were running them weekly at Black Rock. The atmosphere in a pit area at a sprint car race is
different.
Way, way different than it is at a modified race, hands down.
In New York, mind you. In New York, if we're talking the Outlaws or whatever, I'm sure there's guys there that don't like each other, of course. But even in New York, there's guys that don't like each other, but they still respect each other and they'll still have a conversation. Even the two biggest guys with ESS over the last few years, Steve Poirier and Chuck Ebing. And guess what? Those two guys, best of friends. They talk all the time, and they're always you can always see them talking in the pits. And that's the difference. And I think that's one of the things that draws me to the 360 racing. And 410s, it's simply speed. No doubt, 100%, how fast they go. And watching the guys slide job each other at 120 miles an hour and not touch and just race. And I think that's the value of sprint car racing. But we kind of got sidetracked from the Danny Johnson discussion. You bringing us back to it or no?
Well, no, actually, he's on the side of the modifieds.
Which is fine, which everybody from New York should be, because what choice do you have?
He says the sprint cars, the sprint cars are too fast to wrestle with, and I asked him how so I'm kind of waiting for a response.
Yeah,
there.
I mean, it's all in your preference, I guess. If you prefer, the kind of racing the sprint cars bring, which is speed on occasion, you're going to get that train race. Or if you prefer the modifieds,
you can't nerf with a sprint car, coming from a Danny Johnson fan.
Yeah. Well, no. You know what, though? I think that's why I like it more, because it's more
It forces
pure,
you to race.
It's a more pure form of racing, if that makes sense. I don't even know if that makes sense. But you can't go into the turn. You can't go into the turn and slam the guy out of the way. You have to pass the guy to pass him.
Modifieds are a brand of racing that allows you to hip check.
Right.
I mean, you can do that.
You can punch somebody.
I'm not saying that everybody does, and I'm not saying that's part of the game, but you can if you need to. With a sprint car, that option is not there.
No.
You might be able to slide a right rear tire to somebody, but the sidewalls on those are thin enough where you're
risking yourself. But you're
very,
more than
very
likely, if you're
game.
touching somebody else in a sprint car, though, you're both going over, and I'm buying your wing at an auction.
Yeah.
I mean, no, again, not trying to make light of a flip, but that's ultimately where
you light of a flip.
Yeah,
Mike?
you
Seriously,
like that? But that's ultimately where you're going to end up. I know. Well,
make light of a flip. Make light.
That was a new one for me.
That is an awful joke.
It was, but
I bet you didn't plan it though.
No, I didn't. I just said it. I don't plan anything I say. Come on.
No, it's
I don't ever think before I speak. I'm an announcer. I don't have time.
That's right. You can't nerf with a sprint car, and
no.
I was waiting for something back from him there to see where that went.
So where else do you want to go here? We got some more topics we go. Did you see the Lucas Oil late model schedule came out this week? And a lot of disappointed people on Dirt Track Digest because they will not be returning to Fonda Speedway.
It's unfortunate.
Or Utica Rome Speedway.
I wish late models were here more, but I've said that time and time again. I was thrilled.
You're the proponent of the late model.
I am. I'm the voice of the late model here, and Rich sort of fills the role for enduro cars. You're the champion of the sprint cars, and John
USAC and modifieds,
and everybody here has a spot for the modifieds. Late models. I love the look of them. I love the shape of them. I love the way that you can drive them, the setup of it, and the way that the rear end moves. I mean, there's nothing cooler to me. When I was in Volusia, watching a late model drop down, it just falls on its nose going into the first turn, and then you step on the gas, and that rear end moves forward, and that back end picks up, and the thing just the rear end pivots, and it just takes off like a rocket. That is one of the coolest things that you're going to see at a racetrack. Hands down, it just looks cool, and you don't have to agree with me.
No, I don't. I never do.
I know. That's
see, the way you like a late model, the way it rocks in the turn. That's why I like a 410 sprint car when it goes in the turn, because it rocks over and it drives off the left.
Yeah, you see
same
it
idea.
pitch sideways and stuff like that, and just the late models are just so cool. And we were at Lernerville with the World of Outlaws late models, and there was like 10 laps to go, and I think it was Rick Eckert or McDowell, somebody like that, was way out in front by like a half lap. 5 to go. They were 4 wide in traffic. It was awesome. I mean, you don't see that in a modified race. A modified race, if somebody's leading by a half lap with 10 to go, they're going to be leading by 3/4 of a lap with 5 to go, and they're going to win the race.
Yeah, usually, I mean, if there's no traffic always plays.
Traffic's even irrelevant most times.
Well, traffic, the problem with a lot of our tracks is that they use the move over flag or whatever you want to call it, the blue flag with the yellow stripe.
Right.
And then the leader gets those guys out of the way, then the second place guy has to race his way by him. A little bit more. It's usually more difficult. I like racing. I'm a purist in that sense. No move over flag, man. Just race.
Just hold your line. I mean,
yeah, no move over flag. Race. If the guy wants to pass it, he's got to earn it.
Well, that's
right.
That's
I mean,
fair.
everybody else has got to race, so why shouldn't the leader?
Right.
That's your problem. You got the traffic, now race. Time to take it up a notch.
Turn 1 at Grandview. Here's one. It says that's one of the craziest corners in racing. Wants us to talk about that. This is kind of cool. We haven't done one of these shows before.
Freeform Thursday?
Where they people just bomb stuff out there, and we see where the conversation goes. We've already been doing this for 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
We've been on that long?
We've been on that long. And
wow. It's weird having all this time to talk because we normally don't have any time to talk.
Yeah, I know. How weird is this?
Yeah,
we have all this. First, we have all this time to talk. Second, nobody's here.
Yep. I know. Nobody showed up. Nobody wanted to talk tonight.
Riff Raff renamed it. He wants it to be Thirsty Thursday. When you look at some of the other programs on Finger Lakes,
Thursday. Yeah, that would fit in
I know,
on the menu.
fine. Yeah, I know. They were doing shots of Jameson Monday night on the at the hurricane party, I guess, for the sauce.
Oh, jeez.
And
at least that show's name right, the sauce.
Episode 50. Thanks to all the listeners out there. Episode 50 of the 31st lap. Once again, number 1 on Finger Lakes 1. We appreciate all the support.
This week, number 10.
Yeah. I don't know. Everybody's been hanging in there with us.
Glad people are chilling with us. You know, it's tough. We got the competition tonight. We got Dirt Vision going.
I know.
Everybody.
And the thing is, we still got 34 viewers, and Ken just showed up. Ken is the guy. I like Ken. Ken shows up every now and again, and he's on here saying, "Pick a new topic. Move on. Shut John up. You guys are boring me." He's our resident heckler.
That's good. You know what though? We need a heckler. Everybody. Everybody needs a heckler. But
he does not like the move over flag either. But we were talking.
Good. I like it. So are we going back to the? What do you think of the move over flag before we get into the Grandview conversation or the
move
turn
over flag,
thing?
You know what? I like where you're going with it, but I never thought about it from that perspective. The leader should have to race too. I like that. What I like about the late models, and I'm going to bring it back to late models for a minute. Late models are constantly searching the track for the fastest line. You don't see that as much in sprint cars, but they do.
Right,
they do.
You just can't as much because if you move and you go to the wrong lane, you're going to get passed by 4 guys.
Yeah, fast.
Yeah.
The late models, they move around. They're always trying different lines and stuff like that. So that is intriguing to me. So they have the option of where they can race around the slower traffic. Modifieds, you don't see him hunting around a whole lot. Usually the guy that's good on the top is going to try and stay dedicated to that line until he knows for sure there's something better on the bottom or the middle.
Yeah,
or,
you see a guy, usually the guy in second is the guy moving around.
Yeah. And the guy in third is just kind of...
Wherever they are, I'm going to go. Usually, yeah. Okay, so turn 1 at Grandview?
Turn 1 at Grandview. Now, I've only been to Grandview once.
I've been there too many times.
Well, you used to go there a ton.
I used to go there all the time. Yeah. I used to go there... I remember going there for the first time.
Let me jump on you real quick. Ken just wrote in capital letters, "Wow, no John, Yahoo."
Oh, poor Bombas.
Man.
Well, we know who is. Well, at least Bombas has a hater now. You got a hater. Bombas has got a hater.
Yep.
I got like 15 haters.
Yep.
Rich, he's not here enough to have a hater. Poor Rich. Again, I'll have to give it to him. He's not even here to defend himself, and we're making fun of him.
I know. Well, he's at another birthday party.
His 17th kid is having a birthday today.
or his one kid's turning 17, whichever way.
I don't know. They must celebrate birthdays every 2 months there or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
1 month birthday. Hey, it's your unbirthday again,
yeah.
Tommy.
So, Grandview, if we're talking turns at tracks, like what you like, turn 1 at Grandview at the beginning of a race is always entertaining because everybody's fighting for that one groove,
right?
That everybody wants to run. And I like that. I like Grandview. It's okay. If I'm talking, like, if there's one signature turn or one place that I love watching a car go through, whether it's a modified, a sprint car, or a late model, my favorite track to watch a car go through just a single turn, if I had to watch one turn the rest of my racing life, it would be turn 3 at Fonda Speedway.
Oh, man, you were almost word for word as it was appearing on the screen.
Really?
Yeah.
Who said it?
Yeah, Ken said turn 3 at Syracuse.
Yeah. Turn 3 at Fonda Speedway, just because at turn 3 at Fonda, they're wide open, and if you want to be fast at Fonda, that turn you got to grow a set and go. To put it in racing terms, you got to go. You got to put the foot to the floor and just hammer through it, and it's just awesome to watch the really fast guys go through there. Usually 3-wheeling it, the car's pedaling, and it's just unbelievable to watch. I love turn 3 at Fonda Speedway.
Got some thoughts coming in here. The small blocks seem to wind up and carry momentum at Grandview and make a lot of noise. So you got to be there. So you got to make sure you check that out.
Yeah, Grandview's not bad.
Ken says that Rich is way too serious. The way that they set up at the flag stand and go wide open through turn 1 at Grandview is something that's impressive.
Yeah, that's
Ken
cool.
says turn 3 at Syracuse. I like turn 1 on the first lap of the 200 every year because 17 cars
go into the wall.
17 cars go into that turn without a problem. The other 30-some cars behind them always end up going through this first turn at about 30 miles an hour and end up a half lap down.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just because everybody wants that same patch of real estate.
I like Syracuse, but ugh.
What I really like is, and this is at a couple tracks, Brewerton's got it. I'm blanking. Volusia has a setup like this. And New Egypt
Dog
all
leg on
have
the back,
dog
like
leg
a
on the
dog.
backstretch.
Fonda's
Yeah.
like that too. It's like an oval
Yeah.
almost on the backstretch. Yeah.
Yeah, Volusia
Yeah,
has,
New Egypt's
has
got
a,
it.
Yeah, Volusia
You
has
would like-
has a sharp one.
Yeah.
It had they had a sharp one. They've
Bubba Raceway Park. You would love that place because you go out and then you just turn right or turn left. Excuse me. And you just turn left and you're like driving down and then you turn. It's really odd shaped. So that would be a place you would like. The dog leg. New Egypt used to be far worse. They've kind of taken it out now.
They've
It used
tapered
to.
that one down, too.
I remember I went down for the Stars series. Was it the Stars late models or Stacker 2? Stacker 2 Extreme.
Yeah, the Extreme.
I went down for that.
Yeah, the
and I remember
Extreme
talking to Jimmy Mars, and he was like, "This
Mr.
place."
Stacker too.
Yeah, he goes, "This place is weird." He goes, "I don't get the dog leg in the backstretch." He goes, "I've never raced on a track that you like it's like racing Pocono in a NASCAR." He goes, that was what he compared it to. Just the way it turned, the way you drive that track. It's almost like 3 turns instead of 2 or
Sure.
4, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, Grandview's good. When the small blocks go down in there, that's not a bad place. Fonda Turn 3 will always be my favorite, and I'm a homer on that one just because that's where I grew up going.
We got all sorts of them coming in now. Brewerton at the start is
No,
a fun
Brewerton
one.
is good. Yeah, Brewerton's good at the start of a
Turn
race.
4 at Woodhull, turn 1 at 5 Mile.
Woodhall is always entertaining just because the place is so banked. You don't.
It's crazy.
It's pretty cool. Brewerton's tight, fast. You notice what a lot of people are mentioning is the small racetracks.
Yep.
The bull rings. That first couple of turns where you have no idea how this is all going to end up because one guy could go in there and step on it, and then there's going to be 15 cars piled into him.
Right.
And I don't like seeing that. We talked before on here. I'm not a wreck guy.
No.
I'm not a wreck guy. I want to see racing. I'm not a wreck guy. I don't want to see spectacular flips or any of that. I'm a racing guy.
All that for me changed in one night. It was 2003, maybe 2003, and I had just started getting into photography, and I had a film camera and a bunch of I had a Canon camera and a bunch of Kodak film, and I was gonna go take some pictures at Rolling Wheels, and Ron Smoker was driving the Mullen 62. And he flipped off a turn 2, and this thing, you could see the belly pan. The whole car was off the ground. It was as high as the pole on the backstretch, and the car was absolutely destroyed. And that was when all of that perspective really changed for me. I've never really been a person that was crazy for wrecks.
Unless it's
once
the
I
Demo
got
Derby.
That's
different.
Yeah. I do. I may sound a little hypocritical there, but
but that's
the
different.
intention.
That's designed to do that.
That's by design, and I tell you right now, I do live for that stuff. You know
right.
that.
I know.
But that was really the defining moment because I realized, this is a guy that very much could have been hurt. That car was absolutely destroyed, and it was really a turning point. When I was watching, I was detached from it. When I was a kid watching NASCAR, just like anybody else, I was waiting for the wrecks. I wanted to see the car parts fly off and stuff like that, and that sort of changed at that point. It was
for me.
different.
It changed, not so much. What I guess there's not. There's one single weekend where 2 wrecks, and I was unfortunate to be at the racetrack when 2 guys passed away, or were injured enough that they ended up passing away.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it wasn't necessarily that event that changed it, but just knowing that put it in perspective for me, what those guys are doing and what it means to be a race car driver. If you've ever been somewhere when someone's, had the unfortunate thing, a guy passed away this week out in California at Calistoga, I believe, Tyler Wolf. That was the big thing on Twitter here this past Saturday. Our thoughts out to his family and friends. But when you go to a track and that happens, it puts everything in perspective. Even now when I watch a sprint car race, you'll go to Williams Grove and Fred Raymer will flip and people will cheer. And to me, that's just distasteful. I can't.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I can't stomach that. I can't handle that. I mean, don't get me wrong. If when he gets out of the car and he's okay, if you're not a fan of that guy, hey, it's okay to be excited. Your guy's out of the race, but
when he gets out of the car, the first thing you do, you should be clapping.
You should be clapping that he's okay and he's out of the car. And if you're happy he's out of the race,
you
know what? Right. But clap, be happy that he's okay. And then if you want to be happy that he's out of the race, so be it. Fine. But you should never be excited to see a crash and not know if everybody's okay ever.
Right.
I mean,
there's been 2 points where I've been at racetracks where I saw a wreck and was genuinely concerned. And the first
actually, I've been
one,
at 3 races where guys have passed away. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Knoxville, I-88, and Fonda.
I-88?
Yeah, Afton.
Yeah. Who was that?
It was my first year working there. We had an IMCA race, and Skip Pappas crashed very hard. Coming off the 4th turn, he rode the fence down the front straightaway and went off the end of the track and ended up flipping upside down and everything. It was Yeah, not.
That's rough.
Yeah, it wasn't good. And then the next night was.
It happened in the same weekend, right?
Yeah, it was Friday, Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah, and Saturday was. Who was it? He had a heart attack coming down the backstretch of Fonda and hit the turn 3 wall. I mean, a ton in a street stock.
Oof.
It was not good. Not good. I think it was Bob Van Arnhem Sr., I believe. Not official. I can't remember the name, and I don't want to. I'm struggling whether it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
Yeah, there was that.
But I remember the crashes. I don't. It's. And I was at Knoxville when Steve King passed away, hit the wall in turn 3, and that was that was unfortunate. I thought when Jeff Shepard, this was a few years ago now, when Jeff Shepard, the last race he ever ran, he was in the Zemco car and he hit the wall in turn 1, and I thought that was it there. I mean, once you see a crash like that, you don't want to see it again. Like
no.
I have no desire to see cars crash.
None. No, I wasn't at Weedsport the night that Enduro car flipped and landed on his roof on the wall upside down, where that guy ended up breaking his neck. But they ended up rigging up some hand controls, and I guess he got back in the car. I mean, talk about getting back on the saddle.
Right.
He was there, but there was two nights that really were scary. One was Charlotte. We were down there with the modified tour, the Varen
and Tompkins wreck. Yeah,
that was
awful.
I didn't want to look, man. I didn't know what we were going to be looking at. It looked bad, and everybody was fine in that one.
That's fortunate.
And then we were at Black Rock in a 4-cylinder car. We were at Black Rock in a 4-cylinder car, came down the front stretch, and it hopped the front stretch funny, and it hit between the posts and the chain link fence over the concrete wall, and it came through that fence like a javelin, and it was sliding forward and coming through the fence at the same time, and it hooked the next fence post, and it stopped the car. It was I think it was one of the heirs that was driving the car. It was a silver one, and it went through the fence, man, and that was headed to the grandstands. That was going to hit people, and people were going to be very, very hurt, and the car stopped, thankfully. Same thing happened. We were up at Cornwall, and I think it was Roy Tarbell went through the front stretch fence, but he kind of went parallel with the track, so nobody was in any real
that was
danger.
The last crash I saw a fence come down was at Grandview there last year for the ROC race.
Right.
And that was not a pretty wreck either. They got together on a restart, and they had to move everybody in the grandstands down because of it. But I mean, so that gives you a perspective, at least where we're coming from when we talk about we don't like wrecks. I mean,
and then on top of that, from
the other thing,
working on the inside of it too, how how much money they've got wrapped up in
the money,
and
and they're all my friends. A lot of these people are my friends. Like with the ESS. I can't imagine any of those guys getting hurt. I mean, I'm friends with all those guys.
You were broke up when Poye hurt his knee snowmobile race.
Yeah, I didn't like that. You don't want to see your guys get hurt. I mean, the scariest thing I've had happen with ESS was Mikael Parat spun up at Can-Am, and Anthony Kane hit him when he was sideways, and they both got hurt. Anthony hurt his arm. Was it his arm? Mikael hurt his arm. I know that, and Anthony got hurt. They both had to go to the hospital, and that was enough for me. That was
right.
That again, it's perspective, and it's just I can't stand the cheering.
Yeah.
If you don't know a guy is okay or anything like that.
What happened at Syracuse this year? Changing.
Was that
gears,
Tony Steiner's wreck?
Well, yeah. I was actually going away from the wreck stuff because it was kind of bumming me out.
All right.
What happened at Syracuse? When did it become okay to like Brett Hearn?
Because he hasn't won it in 17 years.
But I thought that was crazy. I mean, every year it's been boo.
You know what it is.
We got people doing it on the live chat.
Oh, booing Hearn, or cheering for Hearn?
Booing Hearn. They're also saying, "Where's John when you need him?"
Yeah, I know.
Race cars can be replaced, and drivers and fans can't. So that was kind of a nice thing for Ken to say. Ken every now and again does come through with something that's heartfelt instead of just killing everybody. But they were doing the drivers' introductions, and they announced Brett Hearn, and I'm waiting for the crescendo.
Go to Middletown.
And, I would have got my fill of it there, I'm sure. But they cheered him, and I was like, wow, what happened there? And then he turned around and
don't worry.
And won the race.
The thing is though, when you're a winner, you're getting booed. If you're winning a lot of races, you're gonna get booed.
It's better to be hated than ignored.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that what I would agree with. I mean, every track's got that one guy that everybody either loves or hates. You go to Fonda, it's Bobby Varen gets the loudest cheers and the loudest boos on the same night. It's entertainment, but that's good. That's passion. That means, fans like that stuff. You should see it when Stuart Friesen wins at Utica. The entertainment of what comes out of the grandstands there, it's some of the stuff is downright mean, and some of the stuff is just wicked funny. And Stewie just takes it. He laughs. He smiles. He mocks the fan. He mocks her, jokes around with the fans back, and has a good time with it. I mean, and that's how you got to take that stuff. It's
he does have fun with it. The thing is, I think every time that I've been to Utica Rome, Bobby Varen's won.
Yeah, because it's been one of the big races, right? He's been the Victoria or the New Yorker.
I was there for a small block race years ago. But I don't remember. I almost think Brett Hearn won that. How fitting, right?
Yeah, makes sense. I haven't. What was it, 358 series race? That was a long time ago. If you're talking 358s, because Utica's been big block, small block at least the last 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. They made the switch from small blocks. Oh, more questions coming in?
Yeah, I'm trying to read it. What about him winning 600cc race at
Stuart.
At Smile?
Stuart Friesen won it from last in a 600 modified on Saturday at 5 Mile Point.
Oh, 5 Mile. That's what that says.
FMP?
Yeah. No, it looked like it was SMILE, but it's a 5. The font's so small, I'm having a hard time reading it.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah, he did just fine there.
Yeah, he can drive. I mean, you can't take anything away from Stuart. Whether you like him, you hate him, whatever you think of him, the guy can drive.
Other than maybe most of his Super Dirt Week trophy that he only kept the eagle up because it broke.
No, that broke before he had it. That was funny.
That was a good time.
Yeah, so... man.
What else we got?
So we've killed an hour now?
Yeah. What else we got? I mean,
we're an hour in. That's unbelievable. Freeform Thursday.
Yeah, we were figuring we were going to be here for 20 minutes and go on and off like our red flag update from Syracuse. And this interaction, that is one of the things that I absolutely love about what we get to do here every Thursday. By the way, programming note: next week we will be. I think we're going to be on next week, and then we're going to be off the week after.
Well, we're going live on the. We're going live what next? The
hope is
the
plan is that
17th.
we're going to do something from Parts Peddler.
Right. So we do on next Thursday and then off next.
I got to find my note app on my Samsung Galaxy 3. I did that for Dean. I hope he's listening.
It's a Verizon though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, exactly.
Makes it even funnier.
Yep.
Yeah. Take care of that. Didn't you try to do that last week? You couldn't do it.
Yeah. I'm good.
All right,
we got the whole schedule
done.
in here. I just got to get it out of the way.
So that's the hope. We'll see. We'll get it done if we can. If not, we'll be on. We'll know by next week.
We're going to be on.
We sent some messages this week. We just didn't hear back. So make a phone call, email, and
we're going to
Facebook.
We're going to be on for the whole month of November. We're going to be off the 22nd. Thanksgiving, and then we're going to be on the first 3 weeks of December and off the week of Christmas. Because not only is it the week of Christmas and everybody wants to be off, we should be welcoming a baby that week. Unless the baby comes early, then we're really in trouble.
Yep. So sometime between now and then, I probably should figure out how to do what you're doing over there.
Well, I think we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be an issue. We should be okay.
That's the theory.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
The baby calls the shots at this point. As much as I hate to start off on that foot.
Well, hey.
We're stopping it too, though. I'll tell you this right now, Mike. We're stopping it too because I don't want to live outnumbered.
Well, you come on the show every week and you're outnumbered.
But
it's so much fun, isn't it?
It's part of the magic.
Yeah.
We get so much what about Danny running 5 Mile? Is he just screwing around, or is that a legit venture? Bobby Varen, is he in Charlotte?
Bobby Varen did not go to Charlotte.
He didn't go.
No. His car owner is from New Jersey, so
that would stay around here.
That would be the reasoning behind that between them and the team. They decided it was in their best interest not to go because of everything that happened and so on and so forth. They made that call. I think it was Monday, or it was very early in the week. They decided not to go.
They had initially talked about it,
right? Oh, and they were going, and then everything that came up with that and the storm, and Bobby runs a rental business. That if the storm was supposed to be bad in upstate New York, they want to be here,
right?
And the way things worked out, it just didn't happen. So no, he did not head down. Unfortunately, I'd like to see the 00 at Charlotte. What else? We still rolling through comments.
I'm trying to make sense of it here.
Trying to make sense of it. It's always good.
Yeah. What about Danny running 5 Mile? Is he just messing around? They'd have to pay him more than $1,000 a week to win 18 races there.
Oh, like weeklies? Are they mocking Stewart because Stewart ran their weekly?
I guess. I think that might be. You know what? We'll take it as such. If it's not intended, go ahead and
no,
clear
I don't
it
know.
up,
I mean,
we'll take it. We'll take it.
Think about this
as a spear launched his way.
No, if your program is designed to do what they did it, and now they stepped up their program. They left there and they came to Fonda, and guess what? He did the same thing at Fonda. He did at 5 Mile. He kicked butt.
Yep.
So I mean, you can't take anything away from him. I mean, the guy went to Albany. He beat the best.
Did Danny lose his ride? No, I don't. Danny's still.
I haven't heard anything about Danny losing Mike Payne. Yeah,
as far as
Doug Doolin and Mike Payne, right?
Yeah.
So
remember that conversation? What a night that was.
Yeah.
I saw Mike and I walked up to him. I said, "So which car is yours?" And he looked at me funny. I said, "Well, fans want to know which car." He goes, "Get out of here!
Yeah,
get out of my garage."
So I haven't heard that.
No, I've heard
nothing. Rumors, but I haven't heard that.
I don't. Why would they split up? They've done great together. But then again, I mean, I've seen
things have happened.
Things.
Yeah,
there's been.
It's dirt modified racing. You can go from winning 10 races and not having a ride.
With Spraker's car.
Who?
Did Danny Johnson lose his ride with Spraker's car?
That would be Alan Johnson. That was in Spraker's car at the beginning of the season.
Spraker already had Danny. Huh. Ken's jumping in there to help clear that up. Spraker did have Danny at one point, but Alan's been in it most recently.
Alan was in at the beginning of the year at Utica Rome.
Alan's been in it. Alan's had 3 or 4 stints in that car.
Yeah.
He's been
right, and now Stewie's driving it this weekend, as far as I know.
Alan and Bobby Varon spent some time in that
Bobby
car.
Varon won multiple championships at Fonda in that car.
Yeah,
I believe. He was in that car before he was in the 00.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was at Fonda in the 1J. Who has Billy Poucher's driven that car?
Yeah.
At Fonda. So there's been a lot of guys that have been in the 1J. Stewie's the most recent though. You reading?
Alan's been in the Spraker car.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year.
Stints,
yeah.
I think Alan won one of his Victorias in one of the Spraker cars.
That I don't know. That you're pushing me out of the conversation.
All right, I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay.
Why didn't Alan Johnson ever drive a sprint car, Mike?
I don't know.
Okay.
Somebody asked that?
That was deep. No, I did.
Oh, okay. No idea. There's your theory. I don't know.
All right, easy enough.
He might have.
There
Who
were
knows?
drawings. I heard rumors that there were drawings of a Terrell's Potato Chips 360 sprint car with a 7X on it.
Drawings
for Steve Payne.
Yeah,
they were putting panels and stuff together. I don't know whatever came of it.
When was that?
2 years ago. Back when BlackRock was running the
Sprint Cars Weekly. You thought about it, so that's been a while then.
It's been several years.
Yeah,
I would have loved
6,
to see
7
it
years
now.
Cool. That would have been cool.
Wouldn't it be neat?
Then you get kicked out of then get kicked out again then too. So. Poor Steve Payne.
He's had a rough go.
Yeah.
It's one guy that we haven't had on the show either. Man, we sat over there at our post show production meeting last week, and we got this whole laundry list of guys that we want to get together with here over the.
Thank God for Facebook,
break, man. And we'll be able to probably put a lot of that stuff together. Rich has been doing a great job at securing interviews and stuff. This week got weird. There was so much different stuff, so many variables playing into this week that it was kind of hard to pin anybody.
Yeah, Charlotte was tough. I mean, we didn't get the Hagerstown race in, so we had planned on trying to get the winner of the Hagerstown race on Sunday. And you had the storm between all that. I mean, it happens. It happens. Though I've had fun on this freeform show. Like we need to do these like once in a while.
I mean, this is once in a while. We've done one in the last year.
We've done 2 now. In 2 years, we've done 2.
Yeah, 2 years. We in 51 episodes, we've done
1. And look at this. One in 51. Yep. So it's been. What topic we haven't talked about, and I know everybody at home really wants to know who's going to win the NASCAR championship. Is it going to be Jimmy Johnson or Brad Keselowski, or someone else?
Well, I'm hoping it's Brad Keselowski.
Me too.
I think that'd be great.
I think it'd be better than Jimmy Johnson winning it for the umpteenth time that I don't remember because I don't care.
Rumor mill note: Steve Payne has a new Jerry Higbee chassis.
He had that mid-season, I believe, at Canandaigua or late August.
Well, I guess he's got another one coming.
Nice.
And don't be surprised if you see Jerry Higbee weekly. Or, well, I shouldn't say that. That's not what was written. Don't be surprised if you see Jerry Higbee at Canandaigua Motorsports Park this year.
That'd be interesting. He's another guy we are going to have on, and he will be on. I did chat with him at Eastern State, so he will be on at some point, yes.
Jerry's cool.
Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah, I did clear that up, Ken. I misspoke. Jerry's not racing weekly.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Higbee's going to have that car at BlackRock when they race down there at some point.
Yeah, they were supposed to race what this past week.
They did
this week.
Yeah, they're supposed to race Saturday coming, and they've already moved it.
Postpone it till the 10th.
Yep.
You know what stinks? I really want to go to that show because it pays $6,000 to win, and I want to see it. But can I get from there to the banquet? That's my fear. Unless I go to the show dressed up in my suit and tie.
Higby's going to help Steve Payne at Canandaigua Motorsports Park.
Okay,
Ken has helped clarify that once
okay.
again.
Thank you,
so
Ken.
maybe Jerry won't even be in a car. We'll have to see. Go to Canandaigua, you might see Jerry Higby. Period. Okay, we got that. Got that.
He is there with a hat on and his jeans. Entertainment. It's funny.
It is fun with the interaction, man. I just wish we had. We got up about 40 viewers at one point. We're still holding steady at 35, 36 right now. Which is
that's
cool.
all right. I mean, considering we have nothing, no interviews for you.
Well, we had kind of nothing planned because we didn't even know if it was all going to work.
Right. Yeah, we didn't know what was going to happen.
So
hey, you know what we haven't talked about? I didn't talk about the point standings for Charlotte. You want me to do that quick? Since I took the time to write it down, so I'm going to do it right now.
At least use them. Yeah. I mean, I want to bring up the fact that Justin Harris is still mathematically in the chase for the title.
So each modified feature is 150 points. So your point leader going in tonight was Matt Shepard. He had 22.01. Jimmy Phelps is second at 21.09. So he's 92 points back. Brett Hearn is at 20.93. Justin Ayers is at 19.51. Danny Johnson is fifth at 18.93. Then is Billy Dunn sixth at 18.82. Rick Scalata seventh at 17.05. Robbie Bellinger eighth at 17.04. Peter Britt ninth at 16.97. And Gary Tompkins 10th at 16.06. So there's the points there. If you want a quick rundown, I'll give you the sprint top five. Donnie Schatz 9.669. I'm pretty sure that's locked up. Craig Delansky second.
How many titles is that for him?
I don't even know. I lost count.
35.
Yeah, he just keeps winning them because he's right now is the man in 410 sprint car racing. Craig Delansky is second, 94.93. Sammy Swindell, 94.54 is third. Joey Saldana, Steve Kinzer, your top five there. The late model, Darrell Lanigan leads the points, 53.40 over Rick Eckert. Eckert, the defending champ there, needs to make up some serious ground. Not sure if that's possible or not.
I don't know, man. After the summer that
Lanigan had,
man.
It's tough. Shane Clanton is third. Chubb Frank fourth, and Tim McCready right now rounds out your top five. He's 500 points back. He's out of it.
Yeah.
So that's a quick look at the points prior to Charlotte. I mean, you gonna watch Charlotte Saturday night on Speed?
I want to. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what I'm gonna do though. I might DVR it.
I want to get that on Saturday. I get that. It's on.
It's on. You don't have to get it. It's there.
I just need to turn it on. I got to wrestle. Got to wrestle the remote away from Alan, our 3-year-old, so that we can watch that instead of Dora the Explorer, or Team Moon Mizumi. But
Dora
we'll get
the Explorer.
We'll get it.
That might be a first-time reference here.
Yeah, that's and that's not going to the show tags either. Just so you know.
Top 5 greatest kids cartoons.
Yeah.
Then we could be like Then we'd be like everybody else if we did a top 5.
We need a top 5 list.
Top 5 list.
I don't think we need a top 5 list.
No, we're good.
How great that kind of plays back to what we talked about a little bit ago with Brett Hearn. When you look at the fact that he missed those 2 races and he's still
there
and very relevant in the points chase. You know, we look at what happened last year.
Points.
Look what happened last year with Billy Decker and Matt Shepard.
We thought he had it sewn up,
yeah.
and then Shepard, boom.
And just like that, Matt Shepard comes away with the title. So it's very, very real possibility that
one bad night down there can change everything. You know, that's the difference maker. Especially just because they're double points. I mean, there's 300 points up for grabs right now. So if you're within 300 points, what is it, in 100 points? So if you're within 200 points, you legitimately have a shot at the championship. Yeah, legitimately, right?
I mean, you have to have somebody not show up, or
you need
have
some
somebody have
serious
some major problems.
luck and
some help,
but it can happen.
You know, Justin Harris, like I said, Justin Harris has a legitimate mathematical chance.
Yeah, I'm not sure
winning the championship. I don't think he's. Nothing against Justin. I don't mean to, you know. I mean this without any disrespect at all, but I don't think he's going to win it. But it's cool that you've got 4 guys and anything can happen.
Right. You're not. I mean, obviously, it's a long shot for him to win it.
What was the top 4 in point for dirt car mods? It was just to rattle through them again real
Matt
quick.
Shepard, Jimmy Phelps, Brett Hearn, Justin Ayers. Excuse me.
Yeah,
4th.
And Danny Johnson was
5th. Yep. So that was the quick
first
rundown.
car mathematically out of the equation.
Danny Johnson, because he's at 1893.
Yep.
Even if you had 300 points in there, that's only 2,100, and Matt Shepard already has 2,200.
Yep.
So out.
Yep. Out of the mix. He can break into the top. You know what the title pays anymore?
Is it 50?
Is it 20 or is it 50?
I think it's 50.
50.
I think it's still 50. I think.
It
or
was
60, 50 or 60.
Something like that.
Yeah. Maybe it's less. I don't know. I'm not positive on that. I'd have to ask.
It's
I know the person to ask.
It's 5 figures. It's got a comma in there.
Yeah, there's 3 zeros after it.
Ken says it's only 20.
That might be possible. I don't know. I'd have to ask Matt Shepard.
I thought it was 22, but 20 also, not 22, not 22 comma 0.
Yeah, you got to specify that.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I don't.
Jumped on.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not positive.
We got some more.
More
got some
topics?
more stuff. Sonny chiming in.
Hey,
Jerry's coming to Black Rock to help Steve get the Hig Fab to roll the way that he likes. Haven't heard a word about him racing at Canandaigua, but Sonny would be happy to ask him. Well, we plan on getting him on the show.
yeah, we'll get him on here. Don't worry, we'll get him on. We'll ask.
I didn't realize that I was opening up such a rat's
Jerry
nest.
Higbee, he's got the name up here in Central New York.
Yeah, I know. He's got
Good.
all the following.
The Orange County Fair Speedway champion, Jerry Higbee. I picked to win Eastern States.
How'd that go?
Didn't work out so well.
Brian Sipple with a sweep. He called the sweep.
Yeah.
How about that, He wanted to know what tickets he was going to get for it.
You can have tickets to the Mike Mallett's Garage Party.
That was it. What if we did that? What if we promoted a Mike Mallett's Garage Party?
Live-
and we did a live show. And
Live
everybody
show
had to
in
come?
my garage. $5 cover.
Oh, but, this might be one of the best comments that has ever come through on live chat. Again, I wish you guys could see this so that you could follow along with it. Darren Pittman, by the way, just set fast time at Charlotte in the KKR number 49.
Yep.
Is Sonny a celebrity? That's funny. And Sonny wrote back, "No, she's not." Which
At least she's honest.
Which is false. That is completely false modesty. She absolutely believes.
So she's a minor celebrity?
Yeah, she's a minor celebrity.
There you go. Welcome to the Minor Celebrity Club.
There you go. There's
Yep.
there's a card. There's also a membership fee. Send it to a personal check to Mike Mallett.
Yeah.
And I would give his address.
Or
if I knew
Dirt
it.
Track Digest Motorsports Media. Both are acceptable.
Wonderful.
Oh, man. Well, what do you got? What do you think? We've gone, how long have we rambled on here?
No, we got an hour and 15 in.
That's not too bad. Not too bad with...
like, part of me wants to be like, okay, we're done, but we still got 40 people on board with us. The stream's holding up. I mean, what do you want to do? What do you think?
I don't know. What do you want to... You want to go, say, 5-6 more minutes, see if we can get a couple more topics? Maybe 10 minutes if we get the topics?
Yeah, let Gary Tompkins kicked butt in the heat. So we heard he did well. We'll give everybody... let's say we get another 15 minutes in. We'll go somewhere around an hour and a half, and we'll call it a night. If you got any more topics, throw them out there.
We're having fun. I mean, again, it's something different. We haven't done this kind of show.
Owners for Utica. There's some questions. Owners for Utica. Anything?
None. Gene Cole. That's why I want to own it forever. Is that
if you ask me, the day of the Victoria 200, Gene Cole would have won the award for scariest track owner in motorsport. I was pretty sure that I was going to die.
Yeah, you just got to understand. I mean, I work there weekly, so I know Gene's a good guy, and he's a ball buster too. And he comes up in the tower, he goes, "I'm pretty sure I scared that Chris kid, made him crap himself."
Not quite. You know what? I did just about crap myself when the first time that I met. Wow, I can't believe I blanked on it.
Glenn Donnelly?
No,
that was my guess.
Over at New Egypt, Buffy Swanson. The first time I met Buffy, I was pretty sure that was going to be the last time I took a breath on Earth. Yeah, but
who's
everything worked out great, and we ended up having. I want to make sure that I put this part of it out.
Oh, okay, all right.
Ended up having a very, very good relationship, a working relationship with Buffy, and got to know her fairly well. And even at one point, traded some emails of appreciation, which was cool.
All right.
And,
here's an interesting question for you. We've been doing this a while. Who is the scariest guy for you to interview the first time? Like, who are you the most nervous? Like to walk up and talk to for the first time. Like when you're in media, like now I've talked to enough guys where I know everybody's, or I have some knowledge of who they are.
Right.
You know what I mean? They might not know me, but I at least know who they are. Who is the guy that scared the crap out of you the most going up to ask questions to? You got one for this?
I do.
All right.
The first race that I covered, first live race that I covered, was Super Dirt Week in 2000 or 2001. Billy Decker won the race.
Okay.
Billy Decker is somebody that I have watched do Victory Lane interviews a million times. How hard can it possibly be? They had the USAC cars there, He ran the race. USAC cars were going on the track afterwards. It was the Salt City 100 or Little Trees 100, whatever it was. J.J. Ailey was there. I'm interviewing him. They've got the cars on the track, so I'm trying to get my recorder closer and closer to his mouth, and he keeps pulling his head back. And I'm talking to Billy Decker, and I realize that Billy Decker doesn't talk much when he's not in victory lane holding a checkered flag.
Right.
And I hit him in the chin with my recorder.
Nice job.
Yeah, it was the most mortifying experience. So from that point on, at that point, and this is a guy that runs 150 races a year. He's interviewed a million times through the course of the summer. He has absolutely no idea who I am. Every time I have to go interview him, I get nervous. I get the sweaty palms because I'm like,
really?
This is the guy.
Funny.
Yeah. The other one, because I liked him so much and I'd never seen him actually win a race, was when we were in New Egypt and Billy Pouch won the feature.
Right.
It was the Dirt Series race. And there was this running joke at Gator where Gator Racing News, where I was also working at the time, where they would mispronounce his last name. It was Billy Pouch instead of Billy Pouch. So I'm standing there waiting for him to finish greeting some fans. And I've got my recorder in my hand. I'm thinking in my head, don't call him Pouch, or don't call him Pouch. Don't call him Pouch. So that was a little hairy. But in terms of anybody being scary to interview,
nervous.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean it was Billy Decker for sure, and pretty much anybody that I'm interviewing for the first time.
Right.
Because I don't want to. You
don't want to keep it going too long. You don't want to keep it
yeah.
You got to feel them out.
Alan Johnson was another one that I got to have a pretty decent rapport with, but at first I definitely had some
right.
apprehensions in doing the interviews with him. Tim McCready was never an issue. Bob McCready, there was some apprehension there. I always got nervous when I had to interview Bob McCready.
Yeah.
Basically, I that's something that you have that I don't with the drivers is you can go up and you can have a conversation with them about pretty much anything, and I've always had a problem having any conversation. Like I'll stand there, hey Justin, how's it going? Justin Harris, hey Justin, how's it going? It's good. How's the car tonight? Well, I think we're gonna be okay. And then it becomes this awkward silence because I don't know what to talk about.
Right.
And
see, I can just. I mean, I've talked to. I'm an announcer though. I mean, my goal when I talk to guys pre-race usually is to get stories, and have them tell me what's going on. How things go. Like if I don't see the guy race on Friday and Saturday, hey, how was your weekend? What went on with that? Was it this? Was it that? Whatever. I mean, that's always what I've tried to do. The guy that scared the living bejesus out of me, the first time I interviewed him was Steve Kinzer. I don't know why. I was scared to death of Steve Kinzer. Just because it's Steve Kinzer, man. The guy's won how many races?
Well, I mean, it was the same way with Brad Hearn.
I mean, he's done so much in racing. And here comes Joe Schmo from Dirt Track Digest, which he's never heard of. And, hey, Steve, how you doing? I'm Mike Malice, I'm from Dirt Track Digest. How you doing? And he just looks at you, and you're like, like, don't screw this up. Like, this is your one chance to make, to interview Steve Kinzer. Don't screw it up.
Right.
And I didn't come up in writing, all that. I mean, I grew up going to the races, but I did not come up with a writing background. I kind of stumbled into it, if you will, through Fire on Dirt and so on and so forth. And I didn't really go into the pits much early on. I just wrote about the race. I just wrote about what I saw. I wrote the typical story. Hey, this is what I saw. This is what happened. I'm done.
Sonny says that Steve Kinzer scares you because he looks like a lion.
Yeah, he looks like the Lion in Wizard of Oz now. No,
Johnny Gibson would not be impressed with you saying that.
No,
and he's a sprint car snob.
Yes, that was the quote of the year.
Yeah, that was the best.
But he's scared. Like it's just because it's. If I think of dirt racing and I think who is the biggest star ever to come out of dirt racing, Steve Kinzer is the guy I think of.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, hands
that
down.
is like the superstar of dirt modified
I got
racing
a late
in
model
general.
story like this. We were what track was it? Maybe it wasn't Bridgeport. That's too far north. Might have been Bridgeport. Anyway, I had not yet had the chance to interview Scott Bloomquist, and I had to. And I go over to this trailer, and it's all black and green and skulls. It's like Halloween 24/7 over there. And I'm walking up, and where's Scott? And this guy, and I like I said, I'd never had the chance really to see him up close, other than this being the first time. This guy who was like 6 foot forever, and looks like he's a power lifter with this huge barrel chested guy. He's just a very big presence.
I'm assuming
with the long hair.
Yeah, this is him.
And he stands up. He goes, "Why?" And he was cool. We chatted a little bit and stuff like that, and everything was good, and it was okay. But that was one of the most intimidating interviews ever.
Yeah.
And he, in the middle of the interview, goes, watch yourself. And I'm thinking, oh, God, what did I do?
Right.
And he goes, don't get too close to the trailer. And I'm like, you know, it's Bloomquist race cars.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
And I'm like, no problem. I took a few steps. He goes, no, seriously, there was an alligator in the pond next to where, because they were parked in the back corner, like away from everything.
And Volusia, right?
Yeah.
There you go, Volusia.
And he goes, yeah, there was a gator in the pond, and we were throwing him chicken all night. So I'm like, he's under the trailer right now. I'm like,
what is going on here?
I got everything I need. Thanks.
Yeah, have a good one. That was his way. Get away from it. No. The gator pond. I don't go out there that much when I go to Volusia. Although I'll be at Volusia this year. I've got it set and ready, locked and loaded, ready to go. So excited about that. Yeah. So Steve Kinser's the one guy that comes to mind that scared me. Not scared me, but I was like nervous as nervous gets. You know, I didn't want to screw up the interview. Other than that, I don't think there's anybody that really, I don't know, that freaked me out. You know, I've had my fair share.
What was your pinch me interview?
Huh?
What was your pinch me interview? Like, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm interviewing this guy.
It might have been the same interview.
Yeah.
You know, no,
that's understandable.
I mean, I've interviewed a lot of guys, so it's I don't know on that one. That one's tough. I've never done a NASCAR race, but that doesn't appeal to me. You know what I mean? I have no desire to do that. I think, you know what? I will have to say the pinch me interview would probably be, since I thought of NASCAR, I got to interview Tony Stewart when he finished third at Glen Ridge.
Right.
I got to talk to him down on the track, and for me that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, that was neat. I also got to talk to him that's neat because, you know, for you to be Joe Schmo from Empire Super Sprints interviewing Tony Stewart, that's kind of cool. You know, I got a picture of me taken with him, not me standing there smiling going, hey, look at Tony Stewart. No, a picture of me just interviewing him.
Just chatting with him.
Yeah, and I got it, and I had him sign it for me when he came to New York this time. I had one of the All-Star officials took it over for me and took care of that for me. So, so that was neat. That's one of the guys that I always, that's like if I'm looking at defining moments in my career, that would be, what little bit of a career I have.
No reason to overstate it, Mike.
Right. The only highlight I have of my career, that would be it. Getting to interview him.
New clay held up at the Grove. Actually, I wanted to interject something there. That I've gone to Watkins Glen several times now for the NASCAR races with the Figure Lakes Times, and I've never asked a question. I mean, we don't even get hot passes, so I mean, I can't, and I'm not about to go wander. What do they want me to, what's the Finger Lakes Times? How much weight does that carry when I
go tackle Tony Stewart's like, hey, I need an interview.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get tackled back.
Right. By 15 security guys.
Yeah, not Tony. Tony doesn't have to.
No.
He's got people that'll do that for him. But I've seen a lot of drivers come up and it's like, oh, that's cool, whatever. I've always been a Mopar fan and a fan of Richard Petty. And after the NASCAR races, they bring the winning car owner in. So this year, last year, Marcus Ambrose won, but they ran the race on Monday. I had to go to my full-time job after it rained out. This year, the race was on Sunday. There was no issues. Marcus Ambrose won the race again, and Richard Petty came in. And Richard Petty was from here to the computer desk away from me, and I'm standing there right there. And I looked at him, and he kind of looked down at me, and I had nothing to say. I'm like, this, and he's got this belt buckle that's the size of a dinner plate. This thing's huge. It's just awesome. The king, and he's got the hat and everything, and he's got the Petty blue shirt, and I'm like, this is the moment that I've been waiting for at Watkins Glen for 10 years.
And that's all you have.
I have nothing. I couldn't even try to shake.
So Richard Petty's that one guy that makes you feel like a race fan, or like you're that you fawn over, like, oh, this guy's
When I was
awesome.
a kid, when I was a kid, we took a family vacation down to Disney. On the way back through, we stopped in Charlotte, and Wally Dallenbeck was driving for him at the time, and Dale Inman was there, and Dale Inman and Wally Dallenbeck and a couple other guys were leaving for lunch, and they came around after we stood at the fence and were yelling to him, and he's got this Chevy van, and he had the runner boards on it, and he came out, and I was so excited, and I grabbed the mirror and pulled myself up, and I was standing on the runner board, and I'm like, I'm this far away from Richard Petty. This is the coolest thing. And my dad's like, what are you thinking? Get down off of his truck. And it really chain checked that.
Freaked you out.
Yeah, it freaked me out completely. So now I'm thinking, and I've thought about this a lot, over time. It's like I can't believe I did that because you're right. You know,
when you're a kid though, you don't know boundaries. You don't care.
No, but at the same time, man, it was Richard Petty, dude. That was the coolest thing, and yeah, it was neat. Got to see the Superbird there in the museum, and that is the one guy that he turns me into an 8-year-old kid every time I see him. You know, it doesn't matter.
If there's one guy that I'm a fan, I guess when I go to the races, old school still has to be Dave Lape. I mean, that's who I grew up rooting for.
Dave Lape shut me down on the phone when I asked him to come on the show. He goes, "No, I don't do stuff like that."
Yeah. Well, hey, you tried. But Dave Lape was always the guy I grew up watching. You know, so that's the one guy you're like, anytime he's leading a race or whatever, you get excited. I mean, you know, announcing there or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's Dave Lape. You know, it's historic. It's Fonda Speedway, you know. And as I got older, announcing at Fonda, I started to be like that for Jack Johnson too. You know, just
right.
While he was racing, getting to see
John is gaga for Jack Johnson,
right?
Man.
But getting to see legends race, you don't appreciate it while you got it. Unfortunately, you know, we take everything for granted in racing. Unfortunately, I mean, I can remember watching Bob McCready win as a kid, and I'm like, come on, this guy's gonna win again. I remember him coming into Fonda going, oh man, Bob McCready's here, you know, and being mad, like,
right?
Why is he here? He's gonna beat Dave Lape, and I'm pissed, you know, because he was that good, you know. So
I went to shake Bob McCready's hand one time, and I was so nervous when I did it that I put like a vice grip on his hand, and he told me, he goes, "You got to ease up." Most embarrassing. That was one of the most embarrassing moments ever. Because I was actually talking at that point.
Yeah, we all do dumb stuff, but yeah.
Sonny wants you to answer a question. How about the clay at the Grove? Did it hold up after the hurricane, or did it all float away?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Williams Grove.
They haven't said anything, which is probably a good sign.
Yeah, I know Hagerstown had the infield flood.
Yeah.
I know that, and I haven't heard much about the Grove. I know I talked to Deo today, and he's in central PA, north central, up in the Grandview area. He's like 3-4 miles from Grandview, so not far. And he said it wasn't too bad. Wasn't great. The trees down, power outages, all that, but it wasn't as bad as the folks at the coast got it.
The fence was knocked down at Orange County.
Yeah, the fence on turns 1 and 2 on Wisner Avenue. Ended up on Wisner Avenue. Yeah, I know it was bad. I mean. And I haven't heard much about the Grove, so maybe I'll have to do a little research on that one and check that out. Anything else coming in, or
we had a couple people that wanted us to talk about stuff.
What they have?
Let's see. The question about the clay, which we got. What interview? Guys, stop typing so I can read this thing. What interview do you wish you could have again?
Oh, do over.
One driver or owner that you would like to, and what do you know about Trevor Coney? Is he gonna? I can't read what it says. The font's so small.
One guy that I could interview again,
or do over, or who do you want to interview?
Do over.
If I tried to do over, it would have been that moment with Richard Petty or Billy Decker not popping him in the mouth with a recorder. I would do both of those over again.
You know, I don't know. That's a tough. I've never had an interview where I walked away where I don't think I did. I've said some dumb stuff. Don't get me wrong.
That interview that I helped you through at Victoria with Pat Ward.
That doesn't count.
Would be well.
Was that before or after Liz put his helmet on and started dancing?
That was in the midst of that. Your notebook was atrocious.
Yeah, it was bad. But
that's all right though.
Yeah, no, even that one was fun.
That was a good one.
I'm trying to
that was interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't. If there's one interview that I could do over. I don't know. I'm flushed. I mean, you said, you know, I mean, again, I've screwed up interviews and felt like such a complete jackass after I've walked away, and I'm like, oh, that guy's never going to talk to me again. But I can't. Right now, I can't put a face to her name to any of the ones that I've screwed up. There's so many.
Trevor Coney, rain threes.
Trevor
Coney, will he rain threes?
Trevor Coney, will he rain threes?
I presume that it's a Syracuse basketball reference.
Okay,
you're a big Syracuse fan.
Yeah, I am, but I'm. I got to watch the team first. I don't want to make an assessment on anybody on there that I haven't seen play yet.
There you go.
You know, Michael Carter Williams, he's going to get it done. Interview I'd like to do again. I think the first time I met Joey Saldana.
Oh,
that did not go well.
Why is that? What happened?
He was not a fan of New York Modified reporters.
Oh, really?
No, that's all I'm going to say on it. Let's just say I have a newfound respect for Joey Saldana as of late. I was not a Saldana fan for a while.
You ever have a column that you'd like to pull back?
No. I love everyone. Nope. I like them all. I don't... one of the big things everybody's always like, well, everybody sugarcoats stuff and they don't write anything because they don't, they get in free. They don't want to lose their free press pass. I think that the difference is what we do is we love racing. So I do my best not to trash the sport that I love. I think that's the way I like to look at it.
That's true. That's a good point.
Like I try to be fair though. If a track sucks, I try to put it in perspective, but I try to get everybody's perspective on it.
Right.
I think that's the way for us to be the most what's the word? And
Ken likes your stuff. He said you're a good writer.
Thanks, Ken. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I was going to say he must not read that much. No, just kidding. But thanks, Ken. I do appreciate that.
Sonny just said Kane can't read, so take it for what it is. That's
thanks, Sonny. But no. I mean, I think you have to have some integrity. Is that the word I'm looking for?
I think so.
I think you got to be fair to all sides. We don't know everything that happens. We know a lot of what goes on behind the scenes. Don't get me wrong, but we don't know everything that happens, and you always try to be fair to everybody. Even the driver that does something stupid, you still got to give him his time, and you still got to be fair to him and let him say his piece.
Right.
That makes sense. If one interview I did that I did not expect for it to happen the way it did. Was it last year at the Turkey Derby? Stuart Friesen, or is this 2 years? This might be 2 years ago now. But Stuart Friesen and Lou Ciccone got together in the feature, and Stewie ended up flipping down the front stretch.
Right.
And I got over and talked to Stewie. I didn't know how it started. I just said, hey, what happened? And he went off on a rant. He was mad at Lou Ciccone. So I went over and I want to see what happened. So I went over to Lou Ciccone. I said, Lou, what happened? And wow, what an interview. It was it was awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, you get the words. You can print whatever combination that you want. I love those. And
right.
So that's that was fun. But again, anytime a guy trashes another guy, you got to make sure you get both sides. I mean, you got to make sure you're fair. And I try to even do that with racetracks. We all know that racetracks screw up. We all know that racetracks have things that they don't like, or that people don't like when they go there. I mean, I don't think there's a need for me to constantly harp on it or to beat a track up over it. If I don't like something, I'm not going to go there. If there's, what I'm saying? Like, to me, the internet is there. It's your forum. If you want to be mad at a racetrack, go ahead. But try to offer something, a solution.
Right.
And just be fair, and look at their perspective and see what they're trying to do to fix the problem if there is an issue. Every decision that a track makes, we're not going to like. Every scoring call a track makes, we're not going to like. Even me. I'm good friends with John Tiff and Jerry Brooks and Zupi and them. And there's decisions that they've made that I'm like, that's a dumb call. But it's not my call. You know what I mean? If you're sitting in the stands, you're like, what are you doing? But again, their job is to make the call as they see fit. And you have to give them the benefit of the doubt. Because all of us do this. Listen, none of us are getting rich. Anybody that thinks that Chris or I or anybody that works at a racetrack is getting rich, I can tell you, you're on crack. Because we're not.
You got that right.
No matter what job we have in this sport, it's not. We're not getting paid millions of dollars.
You're not doing
We're
it
doing
for
this
the
because
money.
we love racing. I mean, that's why we do this show. We don't even make any money doing this.
Right.
We drive out here. We do it. It's fun.
It's
it is. We've had a couple sponsors. Hey, great. That have helped us out a little bit here and there, but we do it more because we love racing and we love talking to the fans. And it's fun to be the interactive thing, and it's fun to talk about what's on the message boards under Trek Digest. I mean, it's fun to do all this stuff, and that's why we're here. And I think people need to remember that when we go into the pit area too to do a story. I'm not a trained reporter. That's not what I went to school for. I'm a school teacher. That's why I went to school. That's what I have a master's degree in.
Right.
It's not my day job, so to speak. It's my fun job. I do it for fun, and that's it. And I don't know. I'm not, Fox News or CNN or ABC News. None of those. It's not my full-time gig. It's not my job to dig up dirt on people and write about it. So, I mean, that's what I think about that. I don't know if that's good, bad, or indifferent, but
I don't know. I remember one time it was the race or not race night at Q County Fair Speedway when the track was rough as anything. And,
I've done my one story like that where you rip somebody apart. Yeah.
Well, I didn't.
Unfair. Well, I didn't give them a chance to respond.
I didn't rip anybody, and I asked a bunch of different drivers, and I thought that I was being balanced. And,
right.
And Corey Reed was the general manager there at the time, and he called me after it ran, and he was hot. He was not happy that I didn't ask his perspective.
Right,
on
exactly,
it,
and that's what you need to do now.
Which I respect. I get that point, and I apologized, and we're
all but again, we all go through a learning curve with this. I mean, it's not something. I mean, what'd you go to school for?
I went to school for communications with a focus in print, and I minored in sports management.
Sports management.
Yeah.
Interesting combination.
They didn't offer that. I wrote my own minor. I'm not joking. I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
So,
and I skipped, and you'll be proud of this. I skipped graduation to go to a race.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I mean, there's few guys in the business that have gone to school for this, like journalism. I mean, Deo's gone to school for journalism.
Yes,
that was
yes,
his.
he did. Yep.
That was his thing.
But I also worked in a newspaper for a long time, in addition to doing all the stuff with the racetracks.
Right.
You know that.
So you actually have press
Yeah.
credentials. I don't.
Yeah, I've won a couple state awards.
I've won nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah,
I won
your teacher of the year.
No, didn't even get that.
Oh.
No, I'm not that good.
In your garage. Oh, did your mom make that plaque that you got in the garage then?
No, it's in my office. There's 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
Writer of the Year, Dirt Track Digest. Thank you, all the folks on Dirt Track Digest that voted me Writer of the Year. I appreciate that.
That's the one.
That was a few years ago. Yeah, I don't.
If I could pull a column back, I got the most flack for that one there, and then right about the same time that Jeff Isbell and Matt Shepard had their feud going, that was spilling over to every track that they were together at.
Right.
I got the most flack from that, but then I had a couple conversations with Stu Shepard after the fact, but with Stu Shepard, not Matt, after the fact, and all that stuff got cleared up.
Right.
But,
there's nothing I'd pull back. I mean, okay.
The one I'm sorry column to Dirt that everybody thought was a joke was sort of interesting. Kevin Kovac gave me a bunch of guff for that, and now he works for World Racing Group, which I think is sort of interesting.
I called you a wuss for writing that,
did,
didn't
but
I?
the thing is I all I did was take the other perspective. That's all I did, and I said, you know what, we're going to give him a chance, and it is what it is.
I wrote the one story. The one thing I wrote, I guess if I had to look back and probably take back,
Ken's getting bored.
I was completely unfair to Middletown one night when they had the Outlaws a couple years. It was probably my second year writing for Dirt Track Digest.
I got a sprint car story for you when you're done.
Well, this is a sprint car race. I was at a World of Outlaws race, and they completely screwed up the track surface. They overwatered it. They went like over crazy because the Outlaws were there.
Right.
So I write this story. I have to work the next day, and I live half hour away, so it's not like I live like 9 hours away. But I get home to like 1 a.m. So I'm pissed. Okay. I drive the Pennsylvanian back, and I'm home by 11 o'clock. Okay, and that's 3 hours away. So I read a story. It goes, and I just go blow by blow. I go like 7 o'clock. What should be happening? Hot laps right now for the World of Outlaws. What is happening? I'm watching 2 Packer trucks try to pack the track in that they overwatered. And then I go, like 7:30. What should be happening? Time trials. What did happen? 2 Packer trucks collide, and there's diesel fuel all over turns 3 and 4. And I went through and it was not very good. I learned a valuable lesson there. Don't write a story when you're mad. Wait till you have some perspective on it.
Sorry, Ken's not bored. He was actually talking smack to some of the other people that said we should go race at a go-kart track.
Oh, okay. Well, what we should do is have like a 31st lap night at like Canastota Kart Speedway or something.
Actually, that's some of the conversation that's going on
right now. That would be
now.
pretty
They're talking about
freaking awesome.
Everybody wants to meet up at Syracuse.
Oh, the pole position
carousel
place. See, I don't want to go there because it's not a circle track.
True.
I want to race a sprint car. And that's what Canastota has. They have circle tracks indoors on a slick track.
We could bring all the stuff. We could do a live show.
And then do the. That would be an awesome winner.
That would be
an
a
awesome
fun time,
day,
wouldn't it?
Yeah. We gonna broadcast it? I'm not calling the race though.
We'll have to figure something out because you hope to be in the feature.
I want to race, man. I don't want to be calling the show.
That could be something interesting.
That'd be fun.
We'll have to talk.
That would be
about
fun.
it.
Yeah.
I got the story on the sprint car stuff. I was down south, and I wrote a column about the sprint car division that they had that ran at Bassett Speedway in Virginia.
305s?
I don't know if they were 305s or not, but they were slow. They
were the race there. Was that the French Grimes deal when it first started?
Yeah,
because he's from Virginia. I know that.
Yeah, he was involved with it, and I wrote a column about how
they suck.
It reminded me. I don't even know if I should bring this up because this is one of the reasons why I don't think I will ever be allowed to set foot inside Ohsweken Speedway. I wrote that they reminded me of the Southern Ontario sprints, and the Southern Ontario sprints, I could probably go out there with my Monte Carlo and beat them. And
that's what you put in your story?
Yeah, I put it in the column. It was a column. It was a first-person column.
Oh, that's always good.
Yeah, well, I put that out there, and not only did I put that out there, it made it back to New York.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I fail on that one.
Yeah, and the thing is I have nothing against the Southern Ontario sprints. I did it simply for just for a joke. I mean, I did it for a cheap
sarcasm.
Laugh. I did it for a laugh, and it was.
Yeah, people don't get it though.
And I meant no disrespect by it, but it is what it is.
It happens.
There's some conversations. There's Sonny's asking if we can all meet at Syracuse Carousel Center and then go to Black Rock for a live show. We are not doing a live show from Black Rock. I will explain it to you
someday off the air.
We're not going to head down there this weekend or next weekend.
I can't. I don't think I can make it.
There's more than enough going on right now.
The
anyway.
banquet, yeah.
But in terms of the, we got to invite Shane Andrews, and we got to go do the micro sprints. We want to. We'll
I think doing a live show, like a race at one of those go-kart tracks like that, and doing a live show from it, and getting drivers to show up. We did one at Canastota a couple years ago.
We need to get Dirt Track Digest behind it.
We had
Ross out here for it.
We had Willie Decker there. We had Matt Janzik, Jason Barney. Just a ton of guys showed up to race go-karts. Caitlin Kane was there. I missed qualifying by one spot for the A main.
Oh
yeah. I could have called the feature live
from in the car.
Yeah. Yep.
That'd have been something.
Well, I ran. You know what's funny? If you look at my YouTube channel, Zamboni95, if you're bored, on my YouTube channel there is an in-car camera shot from the go-karts at Knoxville.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a go-kart track race out of Knoxville. I put the in-car camera on my go-kart and ran some laps with it. It was pretty neat.
We've got in-car cameras that we could bring down there. We could tape that.
I think we should just do a live show. Run it live. Our first live coverage of a race.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
We can
you know
call
what
a
else
race.
we could do? No, I got a perfect idea. I'm going to steal a perfect idea. This is from Ken. We'll get Doug Elkins to announce the race. What?
Nothing. If that's what you would like to do.
then we can focus on our show and getting qualified and
I'm not going to qualify. I'll be able to call the A main. So we just have to make sure we're not in the same heat race.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, we'll be
you can call one. I'll call one.
Oh my God, this would be a ball. We got to find a way to put this together.
It'll be fun.
Can you imagine we show up at Canastota Karts, all this stuff? We're like, we're
covering this live. You know what? I don't know if it's the same owners, but I can give them a call and see what it would take. I mean, I'm sure they'd be more than happy to have 20 of us there to race.
Ken is shocked that I got you to say nothing. What if we got Shane Andrews? We'll get Shane Andrews.
It's fine too.
I'm sure
whoever. Shane's gonna want to race, man. He's not gonna want to sit there on the sidelines.
They don't need press coverage. Riff Raff says he doesn't.
Who?
He doesn't,
we don't need press coverage.
Yeah, he says I don't know.
I think like I'm saying, I think it would be fun.
Riff Raff all over the map.
Do a whole day. Maybe we should do it as a fundraiser for something.
That'd be cool. If we could get tied up with something.
Yeah, 31st lap fundraiser.
Yeah. I was just about to say that.
Pay for our Charlotte trip next year. No. Totally kidding. You know, but like do a breast cancer or cancer winner or something. You know, tie in with that and then do the live show, have a whole day, have a broadcast, you know. Do maybe, you know, start the show prior to the feature, the A main. Or do like a speed channel broadcast of the Charlotte. You know, same kind of thing.
We got to talk about this.
This sounds fun now. Now I'm getting excited about doing it.
Yeah, I know. Now we just got to get the okay and someplace to do it. That would be a ball.
That would be fun, right? You know, and again, a fundraiser, raise money and raise
awareness. It's a great idea. Whoever
and
threw that out there first.
Yeah, it was good. That was good. That would be that'd be fun. And again, even broadcast the race live and then do a post race like we would at a real race,
right?
You know?
Yeah, interview the winner.
Yeah, have them come on the show and we can, you know, and if we do it right, we'll have a bunch of drivers there anyways and we could have an all-star race. It'd be great. It'd be a great day. You reading more?
Yeah. Taking a driver out and putting a bad substitute driver in. That's Mike right now thinking about Doug Elkins announcing. That's terrible.
I didn't say that.
That was Ken. Ken, if you could post your email address, please.
Yeah.
That's on the plus side. I don't think Doug watches this.
No, I don't know. Was that a hate on me?
I don't know. That was
hate on Doug or hate on who?
I think he lined everybody up and just slapped everybody at once.
I like it. Hey, at least he's fair.
Pretty cool.
Hey, if you're gonna hate everybody equally. That's my motto in life.
We were almost 2 hours again. There it is. He just put his email up. That's a riot.
Thank you, Ken.
And Ken did say earlier, a couple posts back, he said he was probably going to be coming to that. If we do that thing at the go-kart track, he's going to be.
He's
there.
in.
So, yeah.
He's in. Ken, where are you from, Ken?
Ken, where are you from? Post your home mailing address and possibly your social security number.
We're looking to get a couple credit cards to pay for this event.
Yeah. This will be a fundraiser sponsored by Ken.
And I'll need that 3-digit security code on the back.
He said he's Sonny's in to help plan it. So,
all right. We'll talk about it.
You know, we're gonna throw this in the hands of the fans. Help us put this thing together.
What about
what?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a charity that we could do or something we could do.
I'm all about. I'm good on juvenile diabetes.
What's Rich's thing?
Oh yeah, March of Dimes.
Yeah, we could do it
Why
for
not?
that. That would be perfect.
He just posted. I think he posted his phone number.
Thanks, Ken. We're having a ball. Yeah, he probably gave us like the dirt phone number or something, like the dirt office.
I don't know what that is.
I'll call it. It'll be Jeff Hockman.
Oh, he posted. Oh, he just posted a credit card number that he stole earlier in the week. It's cool.
Oh, thanks. No, but that'd be fun. You know, do it for the March of Dimes.
Yeah, why not?
And get Rich there. And
boy, it's a shame Rich wasn't here to help us.
I know.
I hope he doesn't have a.
He's got a birthday party that day.
Why don't we do a show at? Oh no, because you got the banquet. Never mind. I was gonna say, why don't we do a show at the Parts Peddler and head down and do it after that?
Yeah, I got the ESS banquet that night. Yeah.
We'll figure something out.
We got all winter, man. We got all winter.
We could even hold off and do it till February or something like that.
Whoa! No, we can't. That's racing season.
Oh, sorry.
Yep. Some of us go in February.
All right.
I got the third week of February, and then I come home and I'm at Lincoln. Woo! So, all right. So we got an event. We had a Freeform Thursday, and this is what we came up with.
Yeah, this is all right.
What are we gonna name this show?
This show?
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Garbage time.
This is, this kind of with some of the stories that we told. It's
fun.
Stuff like
it's
that.
stuff that we don't normally talk about. I've talked about some of those stories, but never.
It's stuff that we talk about. It was usually in the grandstands at Syracuse.
Yeah.
We always go back and forth. Oh,
remember this time when?
Did I ever tell you about the time that I completely embarrassed myself in front of
500 times.
Yeah. This is kind of our behind the music.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yep. It's been fun.
Well, it's an hour and 50 minutes now. We got all sorts of stuff. Nothing in
we'll do it
if we did some interviews at Black Rock weekend.
We can't go to Black
Sonny,
Rock.
I'm telling you right now,
we can't go to Black Rock.
Sonny.
Can't do it.
It's too short notice.
And I have the Utica Rome banquet that night. It can't be done.
Black Rock isn't going to happen.
It's out.
Sonny, I apologize. If you want to do some interviews down there, by all means. You can go for it, man. Do the interviews and get them sent over, and we'll play stuff or get together with Rich or something. That's fine. I'm not saying no. It's just we're probably not.
We can't do it. Yeah, we can't do it. It's just too much, too short, too soon. I like the go-kart idea. I think that's one we need to focus on. Or we could go to pole position, see if they'll sponsor us.
Oh, Sonny says she doesn't want us anyway. She just wants to do taped interviews, and if Posty goes, he wants him to do them. If he doesn't have a birthday that conflicts, I'm sure he'd be happy to help you out.
Yeah. Yeah, tape them and do something that's got a USB port and you can run them right in.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I would rather just have the winner live. How's that on the show that week?
That would be cool. We could probably figure it out.
Are we doing a show that Thursday or are we wait until Saturday that week?
What weekend's that?
Are we doing it the 10th or are we going Thursday night?
I had that up a minute ago.
I know. You know what? Don't worry about it. We got next week to talk about it.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it next week. Yeah.
Let's see. Where did that go? I know I had it here.
You know, that light's starting to get on my nerves over there. It keeps turning blue, then green, then dark blue. It's really bugging my eyes out right now for some strange reason. No, it's okay. It's not your fault. You didn't put it there.
No. Which one's that? The ground light? Oh,
no, the one right there.
Yeah.
That one up there.
That one's shining on you.
Yeah, and it was orange. I'm like, the glare off my forehead's bad enough because I got the glare off my forehead on the screen that I can see in front of me. So I know people at home have to look at that. How are we doing for live viewers? 7?
We're down to 18.
Everybody's done.
Everybody's had their fill.
So we want to have a charity event and everybody leaves.
Yeah, well, everybody's going off the planet, I think is what's going on.
Okay.
We're going to be on November 1, which is tonight, November 8th, the 15th, the 17th, and then we're off on the 22nd. So the 17th show is going to supplant the 22nd. And then we'll be back here in studio on the 29th.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
So what do you think?
I think now that we're just about to 2 hours, I think we're good.
Wrap it up. See, you know what? We didn't want it's like that Days of Thunder episode where the crew chief kicks the door. And, when he's like the one door panel they don't have to fix, and he kicks it. What'd you do that for? Because I don't want you to get out of practice. So this is for Jim. We've been going 2 hours every week. So Jim, we wanted to make sure you didn't get to save any time this week. So we went 2 hours for you, Jim.
Yeah, we did it just for you. We need to get some handbills out, Sonny says, and she'll start passing them around, and she wants business cards. So we'll have to get on. Maybe we can
31st Lab business cards.
Well, if you go to Vistaprint, you can get like 250 business cards for free.
$10, right?
Yeah, for free if it's the first time you've ordered. So I mean,
really?
I'm sure we can figure something out.
What logo would I put on there?
What logo would who put on there?
Me.
Why? What? I don't know.
Would I put a logo on there? Would it be 31st Lap?
I would put the 31st Lap stuff on there.
Oh, Third Track Digest, Ariato. Which one?
I don't know. Oh, I think they were for the show.
If we're doing them for the show, are we going to put all of our names on there and all of our phone numbers?
I was just going to leave it the 31st Lap and 31stlap.com
and then put your phone number on there.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't care.
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Or they call you than me.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Business card talk is the most riveting radio ever.
If they're gonna bitch at somebody, it might as well be you.
The studio number. The problem is, Sonny, if I put the studio number on, they're going to be calling Jim, and they're not going to be able to get a hold of any of us.
Yeah.
The studio number they get goes up there every periodically. People probably don't
your
realize
cell phone.
That's my cell phone number.
Yeah.
So Yeah. This was awesome.
This was
Was
fun.
a great show.
It's a shame we missed Rich and John.
Yeah, I wish they could have been here to kind of take part of it. I can't imagine what stories we would have got out of them then. 18 viewers now for a show that wasn't supposed to happen. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us. This was an absolute ball.
Good times.
This was
good
this
times.
Was a really
Remind
fun.
me of show number 1 where it was just random.
Yeah, and the thing is we did much better job of keeping on task.
Actually, yeah, no, we didn't.
I think we did pretty
Actually,
good.
you know what? We let the fans run the show tonight, so it wasn't so bad. We let them take the reins.
Yeah, I mean there was a lot of show interaction. Ken says Rich, it's a shame he wasn't here, but John, he didn't really miss him.
Jeez, Ken. John, leave John alone. Poor John.
John's at work, which is something that he hasn't been able to say in a long time. I'm
That's
happy
good.
for him.
I'm glad he's
got that.
got some work.
You should have had me in the studio, Sonny said. We didn't know that we weren't going to have anybody until we got here.
Yeah. Didn't you read my post on Dirt Track Digest, Sonny? Yeah. Where it said, I'm not sure. Surprises have been known to happen when I show up. So
yeah, we'll see. You never know.
You know, we could. You know what we call this show? Random Thoughts with Mike and Chris.
Random Thoughts, yeah. I know. The only thing that we're missing is a book signing or something, you know?
Yeah. Well, what do you think?
I think that's it.
That's a wrap?
Yeah. Well, we sure do. On behalf of Rich and John, who couldn't be here, and everybody who was on board and chatting with us, we had a great time hanging out with everyone.
Thanks for staying with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, this was a ball, and thanks for helping keep 31st Lap up there at number 1 in the rankings. You know, we appreciate that. Without you guys, we wouldn't have, especially what we had tonight. I mean, we walked in here with nothing, figuring we were going to be out of here in a half hour, and here it is, another 2-hour show. So that's awesome. We appreciate all the help, and you know, Mike, I appreciate you making the trip out and
no problem.
Out,
I got McDonald's on the way. It was worth it.
It was worth it. That was the one that sold it.
That was the clincher.
Good deal. Well, for Mike Mallett and everybody here at Finger Lakes One, we appreciate the support, and we look forward to seeing you right back here next week on the 31st Lap.
www.fingerlakes1.com